early portion of the game, Cascade Esports. I think what they want primarily is... Oh, they actually might find this kill top onto TA2000. He's in a lot of trouble here. A couple of more right clicks is all they need, and Kaori finding the first blood. Not even needing to pop out the second point of Purifying Flames in that situation. Okay. Okay. Really nicely done there. You do love to see it for the most part whenever they're able to get the kill onto the safe laners. Pango definitely wants that kind of start. I don't think he can move around in this game without having quite a lot of experience. He won't feel good about himself. He has a lot to do on this Pangolier hero. I don't think it's the easiest game in the world for the Pango. Also not the easiest game in the world for Shisui, as he's about to lose his life here. Fairy Fire popped by him. Who's gonna win this trade war? It's gonna be the Storm Spirit. Not only does Haze win the war, that's a water rune chilling in the river, which Haze will be able to pick up. So a solo kill. Oof. Oof, 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 oof. That is painful. That is painful. That is going to be horrendous. Other side of the map, Lion ends up taking a tumble as well. They glimpse back the Centaur to put him in a position where they can kill him twice potentially. Thunderstrike is going to be out onto him. And they look for the final right click. Is it enough? Yes, it is. They got him. They got him. Did I actually did I say who I prefer? No, we're dealing with these lag issues. It feels a bit trite right now. I like the V Gaming lineup personally. Like I said, 7Jess will have to do everything in this game to get the W. Between him and Kidaro, they can make it happen, but it's not an easy game at all. I think V Gaming will have the much easier time. And Dota's a hard enough game, so ease of execution definitely does end up making a difference. Kidaro tanking some damage here. Ends up not really being important. I'm really liking what I'm seeing so far from the side of V Gaming. They're not really pressing the envelope all that much. Bottom, not that much farm is going the way of 7Jesu. Like, they're not losing that many lives either. Like, these early kills were bound to happen, but when things aren't going as aggressively as possible against Pango Disruptor, you're like, oh wait, guys, I'm cool with this. Obviously, TA2000 doesn't really want to be doing anything aggressive on the map, just wants to farm. We'll see what happens once they crack 7 on Storm Spirit. Haze now picking up a double damage rune. Does have level 6. So maybe they choose to dive back onto Shisui. They got the Earth Spike out. Shisui trying to channel the Requiem. It does manage to find it, and with the Purifying Flames damage, Kaori will be able to help secure the kill there. Alright. Good job done by the side of Cascade to respond middle. A little bit too aggressive from Haze there after having picked up that rune. Thought he had the damage, unfortunately, with only 1 point into the Vortex. Not nearly enough. They are going to try to get the kill onto 7Jesu down bottom. They've got Hoofstomp with the double edge. Do they have the damage? No, they do not. If they had the finger, perhaps, but they just don't have that. On the other side of the map, though, Kaori does end up losing his life. Being brought down here by Milady on the Snapfire. Melody will cop now a young Swashbuckle going towards him. Melody's fine. Melody is A-okay. Melody's A-okay. Shisui. That kill that he got onto Haze really did change a lot. Not just in terms of how this lane is going to be going, or how it was going prior to this, but that kind of kill really does make sure that Shisui not only stays in this game, but stays highly leveled. Level 8 right now, going to make his first rotation. There's the Chrono. They're getting the damage into the bubble from Shisui. Is it enough to get the kill onto Destroyed? It should be. They can glimpse him back if needed, and indeed they do end up doing that. However, due to that glimpse, they're not going to get the kill onto the Lion. Destroyed takes up a lot of their time in the process. At the same time, though, we did see a movement top that they managed to find the kill onto the Pangolier as well. They're not done. They're going to get Kaori too. Double kill for TA2000. Yo, TA 2000 will take that any day of the week. He's like, y'all are dying on that side of the map? Sure, but Lion doesn't die there. Centaur takes so long to get brought down. And with them finding that kill, closer and closer we get to TA 2000 getting red. And I like the fact that he's skipping the armlet. He realizes that for a large portion of this game, he doesn't have to worry about dishing out damage. He just has to survive the jump onto him. If he can survive the jump onto him, he's honestly doing his job. So we'll just opt for the item that makes that ever easier. Maybe he'll just go like this into... I don't think he'll need BKB though. He just needs to not die a lot. Top lane, we might actually lose the Pango. Stampede now committed. Snapfire Cookie will come out. They're trying to kill him before he can roll away, and they'll succeed in doing so. As they get the grab, Stampede. Great usage on the other side of the map by Destroyed. Off Stomp. Going out onto the Faceless Void. Just to keep him from doing anything in this lane. Arrow will die here towards the mid lane. Looks like he was coming in to just help out. They're bringing Shisui down bottom yet again. 7 Jesu doesn't have Chrono. So I'm not sure if they'll have the damage for this one. Destroyed. Long range raise from Shisui. Not ready for another 5 seconds. Hoof Stomp. Beautifully triggered out by this Destroyed Centaur onto 7 Jesu. Enables him to be able to escape. And unfortunately, Kidaro could not close the gap to find either the kinetic field or the glimpse. And now the jump in from Haze. The mid laner from the side of V Gaming says, anything you can do, I can do better. He shows up. The rotation from Shisui was not able to find a kill onto Destroy, but the rotation from Haze brings down the Faceless Void. Oh boy. Are you kidding me? Oh really, what? You get an Arcane Ring for the Storm Spirit and a Keen Optic for Lion from the same camp? What? Alright. Dota 2's a fair game. Thanks, Gaben. Well, actually, no, Gaben had nothing to do with this. This is OS Frog. We should stop thanking Gaben. We should be like, it's OS Frog, man. Gaben's not writing this code. It's our boy, Rakim Heredi. TA 2000. Invis Rune from Kaori won't really be useful here. Doesn't really want to bother throwing out spells onto him because he knows that chasing him to kill him would probably be suicidal. Doesn't have access to the point in reincarnation. Has fully leveled into what he has available for himself here. LOL. Saz, mate. You just remembered you're playing against Disruptor, didn't you? Just remembered you're playing against Disruptor. So if you port, got a port in the trees. They are going to try Siege upon and take this tower. V Gaming don't seem to have the aptitude to fight back against this. AB. He's at the forefront of this. They are going to rotate middle to try save Shisui because Shisui got jumped on by Arrow as well as Haze. Haze will die for this though. And they're going to try catch up to Kidaro. Unfortunately, not enough mana to get a glimpse back onto Arrow. Malady also showed up to help with the defense, but honestly, hashtag worth if I'm V Gaming. Sure, Kidaro gets that gold on the Disruptor, but consider this, right? You know that the SF is a hero that needs to be able to snowball. Still hasn't been able to pick up the first item. He's died the second time. And the kill goes the way of the Storm Spirit, who pick up the full experience from that. So we see the difference being given there in that fight. Yeah, I'm fine with it. Although on the side of Cascade Esports, they're fine with it because, yeah, sure, Shisui dies there. But in the meantime, all the supports get drawn away from the top lane. So that allows AB on the Pangolier to easily take out the tier 1 tower, finish his Blink Dagger. Now suddenly is equipped to be able to join fights elsewhere on the map. So rare that neither side minds that much losing their mid laner, but 2020 is a weird year. Shisui, his supports have been busy though. Kaori, during the death timer, was stacking up more of these creeps for him. He's able to clear that out quite quickly. The Ancient's a little bit beyond him at this point in time. Also going to be beyond the Faceless Void for quite a while, as he opted for the Hand of Midas. Well, he says to himself, if I'm supposed to carry this game, I'm gonna buy this item. We need to go late. And honestly, they're not gonna win the game early anymore. Late game is the only real hope they have, and they're trying to bring down Destroyed here. Rolling Boulder will be there. What a chrono on the 3! Interrupting the Snapfire ultimate as well. Malady doesn't end up dying. There's going to be Static Storm from Disruptor directly onto the Storm Spirit. Glimpse back onto TA2000. Still can be involved in this fight. 2 heroes caught in the kinetic field. Destroyed. Can he find the hoof stomp? Finds it onto 2. False Promise though will get it immediately off of 7 Jesu. Buyback from Malady. Wants to get back into the fray. Snapfire Cookie back out into the fight. And with the low shredder as well as the Scatter Blast, they're able to bring down the Shisui SF. Kidaro, can he get away from this? No, he cannot. As TA2000 able to crit him down with the Mortal Strike. At the same time though, 7 Jesu also finding another kill on the far side here. Ends up being a 4-for-3 engagement. V Gaming do require a buyback in order to make the 3 heroes die there. But the big winner of all of this is 7 Jesu. He has of Yasha now flying out from the courier. Man, that was fantastic. What a time to be alive for the Faceless Void. And from that, feels a lot stronger in the upcoming engagements. One of the also great buffs about having Midas, just one attack speed. Void with attack speed, with a buff onto time lock. Yo, give me more attack speed and I'll feel good. He might actually buy Ags this game. Maybe not soon. He'll buy it a little bit later. The side of V Gaming have to really consider what happened in that fight and think about ways to counter that out. That 3 hero chrono, not really their fault, but really does change a lot. Destroyed though spent a lot of time not dying in that engagement at the beginning. Stayed alive for quite some time. So if they beef him up after getting the Blink Dagger, he can be the one to sort of stand in front and break these engagements for them. And now they also have the Radiance available for TA2000. Kidaro going to be the first victim of this item. Burning down from afar. TA can't get close enough to hit him with that giant sword, but the Radiance Burn does its job. With the damage from the Centaur, they are able to find the kill onto Kidaro. And we have another huge item coming out from Hayes in the mid lane as he picks up the Orchid now, looking towards bringing down this Pangolier. Pango might get saved by Kaori. False Promise will be there, but that means that now suddenly the Oracle might be the one that's in jeopardy. Can they kill him in time? Morty's Kiss is doing a lot of damage and they do manage to bring Kaori down. False Promise only heals up AB about halfway, so he's still in a little bit of jeopardy here. The zip from the Storm Spirit won't find him. He manages to swashbuckle up onto the high ground. AB will live. Other side of the map though, here comes 7 Jesu. He wants to find revenge. Are these 2 heroes gonna get chronoed? Not just yet. They've glimpsed back the line. There's a Static Storm 1 or 2, but Faceless Void is caught in with the damage from the rest of the squad. Malady, what a Snapfire Cookie. They stun up 7 Jesu. TA2000, Static Storm or no, happily able to lay into him with the right clicks. Oh god, what a fight. What a stun, what a play there from Malady. The Static Storm from Kidaro was good for the money, but unfortunately, the heroes involved don't have enough HP to survive. And that was Void. You could see there was a moment here where he thought about the chrono, but one of the reasons he probably didn't is because he knew they were already glimpsing back line. He's like, well, I don't really just want to solo chrono this guy. You know what? We've got Static Storm. We'll take the fight with Static Storm. I'll run back, hit Lion, Wraith King will chase me, we'll Static Storm on the earth. We win that fight. Unfortunately for him, drastically underestimates how quickly the damage comes in from the side of V Gaming. And the win condition from 7 Jesu goes down. Now suddenly V Gaming feel comfortable sieging onto a tier 2 tower down bottom. Jump in from Destroyed, looking for AB. But Arteezy's bastard will be able to live, thanks to the help of the Kaori Oracle right behind him. Lol, Destroyed, mate. Remember what you're playing against, boss. Playing against Disruptor. Gotta TP into these places like that are weird, that are not seen, are hidden in the trees. HY gave us the wisdom. Stay in the trees, man. Mantis Style picked up now for Shisui. And he's gonna build straight into BKB after this. Can they maybe get this jump onto Arrow? They're gonna look for it. They get the Hex out. Arrow no longer has Earth Spike because he made use of it onto the creep wave and gets glimpsed back as well for his troubles. 7 Jesu was like, thanks fam, we needed some gold, thank you. has his S and Y now. It is a bit troubling for V Gaming how much farm 7 Jess has been able to find. TA 2000 did get glimpsed back. Morty's kisses flying over just to zone them away from this area. Now, jump, Hayes, able to get the silence out onto AB, but not before he's able to swashbuckle up onto the higher ground once more. The contest for this Roshan pit is very, very dangerous for both lineups. Cascade, of course, are playing around. The Chrono, they have Static Storm, they have Glimpse. Oh my goodness, hold on. There's the Chrono. On the 3, they were trying to bring down the Pangolier very early on, but now they caught the Chrono, bring down the Storm Spirit inside it with the Requiem. And now they're looking for more. Rolling Thunder as well will protect AB from further damage. And these two heroes have fallen. It's the Cause as well. Do they get revenge here? They're looking for the kill quickly onto this Faceless Void. 7 just so they're able to jump away to safety as TA 2000 dies inside the Static Storm. They prevented the Finger of Death with said Static Storm. Arrow will try to give up his life to save the Wraith King. Will succeed at doing so, trying to TP away, but that's not going to happen, mate. Like I said, you're going to succeed at giving away your life and keeping TA 2000 alive. They actually came within a hair's breadth of killing 7 Jesu, but in the previous engagement, Kidaro Static Storm, not good for the money to keep the Void alive. This time around, it is perfect. Laid out. Did you see the radius of it? The Lion was standing at the edge, looking for the Finger of Death, but he realizes that he can't both get the finger and be outside of the range of the Static Storm, which enables 7 Jesu to escape. Whew. Kidaro. Glimmer Cape's just around. He probably knows there's a ward here. Not going to get caught out. The big thing though for V Gaming is that yes, they lose that fight immediately after a small skirmish, but Roshan's still not really in position to be taken. Cascade can't go for this now because after you commit Chrono, Static Storm as well as Requiem, we have nothing left to defend the pit with. I mean, you do have Rolling Thunder, but you want a little bit more than that. Although we have seen Pangos turn games around almost exclusively with this one spell. For now, I just want to farm that Aghanim Shard. What's TA 2000 getting from himself? Obviously not going to bother getting BKB. He wants to draw these spells. It's not like a game where you're playing into maybe some Sven or something. Or some Storm Spirit against yourself where you feel you have no presence in the fight without this item. They're gonna smoke now from the side of Cascade Esports. Jesu will want to lead the charge. They have also this Blink Dagger with the Rolling Thunder. So if they catch any vision of these heroes, it'll be go time. At the same time though, they also go in for a smoke. And Shisui just left the fight. So they have to back. Okay, thank God. I thought they were gonna still stick around this area even though Shisui TP top. But fortunately, they decide against it. Go back. Or everybody stick together. They don't have the Storm for this fight though. And Hayes does not have access to Boots of Travel. So this is a very ballsy engagement from V Gaming. One I am not certain is worth it. They jump now. Oh, what a blink away from AB. Arteezy's bastard has got this. Malady. Grimstroke. Grimstroke, Glimmer Cape being queued up by him. They're going with the Stampede. They look for the stun. They only find Oracle, but they also find the Earth Spike onto Shisui. Does get Force Promised, however, so they keep him alive. Lion will go down. TA 2000 trying to put damage out onto the Disruptor and them. They get off the Chrono, but Morty's kisses are flying in that area. And there's going to be the Requiem as well. Is it enough to kill Hayes? Yes, it is. TA 2000 did come back for the second life, but forced to flee from the fight. They no longer had access to Stampede. They're getting the damage out onto Destroyed, and Destroyed will end up losing his life. He's gone. A third to fall, and now Malady yules up into the air. They should have this damage. They should have this kill. And they will be able to find it. Cascade Esports now also have the path to Roshan completely opened up for them. 4 points into the presence of the Dark Lord. You've got an Orb of Corrosion. Yeah, it's time, baby. Go for it. Alright, so let's think about what went wrong in that fight, right? So they decide first they go in onto the Pango. Pango's able to get away. Then they go back onto the Oracle. They engage on Oracle and onto the Shadow Fiend at the same time. Unfortunately, that's where I think the big mistakes start happening. If it was a dual engagement there, oh, big jump in from Arrow, looking for a Finger of Death, can at least get AB. So Atizi's bastard can't keep himself alive here. This might open up a chance for them to follow up with this fight. Storm Spirit getting closer. TA2000, is he gonna jump in? They're gonna go and get it. What? Oh my god, they got it. And now Hoofstop flying out onto 7 Jesu will dissuade him from entering this fight. Dude, they actually backed. Oh my god. They didn't feel confident sticking around that area anymore. So they let it go. Arrow is the god. Arrow god jumping in here to get the finger kill onto Pango. Make it difficult for them to justify sticking in this pit without any ultimates. Remember, Static Storm only now just came back off cooldown. Chronosphere and the Requiem was still not available to help them in this area, and having lost the Pango means that they felt, this next fight seems a bit rough for us. That's huge. I feel like I would have preferred if Hayes was the one with the Aegis rather than the Wraith King. Because, you know, Wraith King's only died once, and Hayes has been the one that has had to jump into all these engagements, especially inside the bubble. If they had the Aegis on Storm Spirit, man, they'd feel so strong right now. TA2000 jumping forward. Yule Scepter will protect this Pango. He actually is just going to shell up right now. I mean, of course, he does have himself this Aghanim Shard. But man, this last fight just went so poorly. I think the thing that went wrong for them, before we talk about the Roche fight, is the fact that on the side of V Gaming, it does seem to have to focus a target if they want to kill them. Ideally, that target is Oracle, but if you can't get to Oracle, or when you do find Oracle, burst them instantly. Jesu gets a D ward now. They do find the grab potentially onto Kidaro. TA2000 finds the damage. They do get the kill. No disruptor. It's a 4v5. Now suddenly, Shisui is in danger. Has to BKB. Try to escape this fight. Lion will die on the far side of things. TA2000 losing the first life. Will come back at the same time. Hayes as well as the Centaur. They want Kaori really badly. They force him to use False Promise on himself. So it's no longer available on the other side of the fight. Chronosphere onto Storm. It's going to be able to kill him as Hayes will go down. Kaori might get put down as well. Destroyed though, he dies, and TA2000 has already committed the first life. The Aegis will pop now. There is no more damage. Malady doesn't have the Morty's Kisses, does have Low Shredder. Can he make use of this? Fire Snap Cookie will help out somewhat. The burn damage from TA2000 is being quite helpful, as well as this mischance. Can he escape? No, he cannot. As 7 Jesu does chase him down and kill him. At the same time, on the other side of the fight, they do find Malady. It seemed like it started out so well for the side of V Gaming. They find the disruptor first at the beginning of this fight, but afterwards, it really does feel like they don't know what to do about this Oracle. In the sense that the team is in two minds. Yet again, we see that they don't just do that. You have to commit everything. Like, they all in onto Kidaro, but when it comes to killing Kaori, Hayes jumps Kaori, Destroy jumps Kaori, but TA2000 is busy fighting Pango. They need everything, need all the tools available. They get Chrono at the end. Also, we saw in that fight how much more useful it would have been to have the Aegis sitting on Hayes. Had that been the case, I definitely think we're looking at a very different engagement, because he tanked the Chronosphere by himself. If he survives through that, then suddenly TA2000 has help. But at the same time, if Storm Spirit survives through that, then TA2000 dies sooner because he needed the Aegis to keep him alive at the end of that fight. I don't know. Either way, it doesn't end up well for them. The big issue is that it keeps 7 Jesu in this farming position. Doesn't die, keeps the Midas going. Is now net worth leader on the map. MKB coming soon. So the Radiance mischance is not really going to be a factor anymore. I must say though, for me, on Cascade, my MVP is Kaori. This Oracle, man. His positioning has been top notch. More importantly, it's been the usage of spells to ensure 100% that if you're gonna go for Shisui or 7 Jesu, it's gonna cost multiple lives to achieve that end. Oh god, are you kidding me? Okay, this explains a lot. Not only does he have Aether Lens, he has a freaking Psychic Headband. So that's what? Bonus 325 cost range onto False Promise. Look how big the range is now. He can cast False Promise from Fog. How is that fair? How is that fair? He can cast Fortune's End from Fog. How is that fair? My god. Now with all the strength they've accrued, Cascade Esports want to come up the ramp. 7 Jesu is feeling strong enough. He's here at the forefront of this push. He's on the high ground. They jump in, TA 2000. Oh god, TA, dude! Mate, you are playing versus Disruptor. Oh no. That is huge. That's a lane of racks, guaranteed. There's literally nothing they'll be able to do to defend without the Wraith King. They're looking to delay somewhat, but that's all they'll be able to do. Delay. Haze jumping into the backside. Maybe looking for Kaori. Unfortunately, Glimmer Cape will keep the Oracle alive. And they finally do take the lane of racks. BKB popped by Shisui to make sure that that happens. Destroy did stampede in, so they can maybe look for that fight. TA 2000 now coming. They find Kaori. They're not going to be able to kill him though because of the Static Storm on the 2. There's going to be an Earth Spike on the 1. However, BKB Chrono from 7 Jesu. 3 heroes trapped inside of it. No escape for any of them. They will now start triggering the Requiem so that as soon as Wraith King comes back, he finds himself getting feared towards the base. And they will be able to kill him on the second life. 7 Jesu still alive somehow. Tanked the Finger of Death on the high ground. Was able to time walk back to safety. Now a 7k gold lead for the side of Cascade Esports. Kaori, man, what a player on this Oracle. And they don't know what, you can clearly see Vits Gaming do not know what to do. Haze used all the mana jumping in to find him. The same is true of TA 2000. He's like, nobody else matters except for trying to bring down Kaori. And he's not wrong, but at the same time, we're at the point where by the time you get to this Oracle, you're gonna have lost so much. And Kidaru knows. They just wait for the hero to jump Kaori, Static Storm directly onto the hero. You know that 2 heroes will no longer be able to cover that area. Honestly, seeing that fight gives me an idea for a new Aghanim Scepter on Disruptor. Instead of making mute items, top we might see them get a quick kill onto this destroyed Centaur. He's got Stampede in 3 seconds, but 7 Jesu's here. What's he got? Blink into the trees. Can he get out? Can he get out? Can he get out? He's good. Okay, he gets out. They should allow you to use the Aghanim Shard or Scepter from Kidaru in the same fashion that Pitlord gets his, so that it follows a hero. You know, put Static Storm on Shisui, and then Shisui just jumps into the middle of 4 heroes. That'll be awesome. Cascade Esports firmly in control of this game. Now just waiting for Roche to come back. The big man will respawn in... Hold on. Max respawn, basically. 2 minutes 40 seconds. Whew! That's good news for V Gaming, as it does give them time back into this game. Shisui wants to get himself the Daedalus. Even more damage to be able to pump into the bubble from afar. What does TA 2000 have to say for himself? He's now opting for the BKB. It's feeling too dangerous for him on the second life. You hate to have to buy the item, but when you have to, you have to. Because every time he's respawning, because you see what Shisui is doing. Now that there's so much damage available from 7 Jesu, and the raises are sufficient to kill heroes inside the Chrono itself, he's no longer focusing on using the Requiem onto these Chrono targets. The only target for the Requiem is the second life of TA 2000. And every single time TA 2000 is dying, so he needs some kind of way to protect himself from that. Kidaro escapes the Roshan pit. Has been able to scout out that nothing's happening there just yet. Smoke will pop. They know that there have to be heroes inside. Huge 3-hero hoof stomp followed up by the Earth Spike, but 7 Jesu already in with the jump onto TA2000. They bring down the first life already. The Morty's Kisses don't really connect that well onto these targets. Requiem of Souls pushes back, destroyed. TA2000 will die by himself, and now look at all this damage. Arrow looking to bring down 7 Jesu. 7 Jesu will still live. BKB, he maxes out. Now he's gonna get out the Chrono on the 2. They buy back onto the Lion. They're gonna be able to bring down Destroyed as well. Haze will still live, but now that particular dream will end. Kidaro brought back, TP'd into the outpost. Make sure that they have the glimpse, and they managed to bring down these 2 supports from the side of Cascade Esports. But unfortunately, because they started the fight with losing TA2000, Haze is on his own mission here to kill Kidaro and succeeds at doing so. But then there's nothing left for the rest of the squad. Arrow in trouble, glimpsed back by Kidaro. There is going to be a hoof stomp to buy him a little bit of time. They do have the Finger of Death, not enough damage however. This is a dieback, remember, on the Lion. Out of the game for another 90 seconds. 7 Jesu here directly onto Destroy. They know that this is a dieback. They can get this. They can potentially win out the game. They really want to find the 7 Jesu. Will be unable to, however. We do see jump back onto TA2000. They take away the first life. He's surrounded by these Radiant heroes, and they've got the Rolling Thunder onto him as well. Does manage to blink away to safety, as they'd already used the Requiem earlier. Roll up here to get the further chase out onto Malady. They bring down Malady, and that should be it. It's an 18k gold lead right now. Cascade Esports terrifyingly far ahead. Kaori still here, still has False Promise. The zip in and out from this haze of the Storm Spirit, but he's not going to be able to do anything substantive to get the melee racks. Shisui triggering out the ultimate. Do they want to catch anybody? They only catch it out onto TA2000, who was already stampeded. Destroyed. I'm not sure this is the best positioning to be, everybody. They glimpse back Malady. Yet another kill onto the Snapfire. No buyback for her either. 7 Jesu activates BKB with Shisui, and they turn their attention towards Destroyed, getting that kill. Haze, in the meantime, is at the very least able to kill Kidaro. But when his own BKB goes down, he will really be watching out for his own life. Now TA2000, they take the first life. 7 Jesu right on top of him. They have the damage. They've got the life. They've got the death. They've got the game. Cascade Esports will watch as V Gaming call the GG. The whole team is eviscerated. And they will now give up the ghost. Cascade Esports. Oh my god. Okay. So, are you telling me that Faceless Void is clearly back in the meta? I'd had the suspicion, oh gosh, high match load, really? Seriously, that's happening? I'd had a suspicion that this hero definitely is playable outside of contexts where you have just pure beef up. Regrettably and unfortunately, the game itself is refusing, literally refusing. It will not give us adequate results. It's like, no, I'm not gonna give you items, nothing. Feels bad, so sad, so sad. So I just wanted to make sure I accept this invite into the lobby before we move away from the screen. All right, there we go. What a game. So a lot of things ended up going wrong at the end of the day there. Or rather, let's say things went very right for Cascade, but things started to fall apart for V Gaming. The thing that primarily fell apart is they were just unable to keep Haze alive. The Storm Spirit hero doesn't perform well, where every single fight he goes into, he dies. Everyone. That can't happen. When you're playing Storm Spirit, you need to be able to walk away from that fight. Not necessarily not dying, but before you die, you have to take 2-3 other heroes with you before you go down. But that kept not happening. They just kept running out of damage. They had no real ways to get to the back of the fight and deal with the 2 supports who caused them so much trouble. And that Oracle, yo, Kaori, yo. 10 out of 10 performance on that Oracle. He's definitely the reason, in my opinion, why they end up winning that game. There were a lot of fights where they got good chronos, but even the fights where the chronos were bad, Shisui wasn't dying. Just wasn't dying. Just wasn't happening. 7 Jesu wasn't dying. And the reason either of them were dying, despite there being Earth Spikes, Finger of Deaths, jump in from the Storm Spirit, no matter what was happening, Kaori was there. with the false promise, with the fate's edict, with the fortune's end. And how you know he's a good Oracle player is that a good Oracle player knows when sometimes you have to false promise yourself as well. You wouldn't always just false promise those two. Sometimes it would be on him. Sometimes it would be on the Arteezy's bastard Pangolier. It was just a bow down performance. 10 out of 10 coming in from the Oracle there. And he, between himself and Kidaro, because Kidaro also had an out of his mind performance on the Disruptor here. So I definitely am giving a joint MVP award. Tilted slightly towards Kaori, but joint MVP award for the two supports on the side of Cascade Esports. And it secures them game number 1. We do not know whether or not it will get them over the finish line, however. That will require us watching game 2 to find out. So the lobby is being loaded up. The game is being prepared. And we'll soon have an answer as to what will be taking place in game 2. In the meantime, go stretch your legs, walk around, grab a glass of water. Also, a lot of you are new here. Make sure that you are following the channel if it's your first time around. Come hang out in the chat, say hi. Please try to keep the conversation in English. Not that many people, unfortunately, speak Russian. It is what it is. And make sure that you become a supporter of the stream, either through Patreon. You'll see the big button underneath me, a big yellow donate button if you want to support through PayPal, or a lot of y'all are acquainted with the big purple button if you want to just become a subscriber through Twitch. Everybody who subscribes, donates, or becomes a supporter will be getting themselves some bonus content available. You can find it easily through Discord. So find the Discord. The Moo bot has been spamming it out all day, and you'll be able to get everything you need to know from there. In the meantime, let's take a break, and we'll be back shortly to continue in the Positive Fire Games tournament, to continue with Elimination Dota, and to continue with the journey, either of the side of Cascade Esports or of V Gaming. Which journey ends, which journey continues, we'll find out shortly, so don't go anywhere, and we'll be right back. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and my NB comrades back here to Snarecasting as we continue with the positive fire games in the lower bracket. We have seen in game number 1, Cascade Esports, off the back of some signature heroes, Shisui Shadow Fiend has become synonymous with him at this stage of the tournament. And we've seen 7 Jesu play Void. I think that was his 3rd game overall on the hero. So that performance came good. It was not the easiest one for them to achieve the victory, but Oracle as well. They made it happen. They made it work. And now here they are in game 2, hoping to make this a 2-0 sweep so they can better prepare for the follow-up elimination game against the side of HF. However, V Gaming don't want to make it easy for them. So let's hope that they can bring it to them and force us to a deciding game number 3. I'm your boy Snare. If you're new out here, haven't been here, make sure that you are following this channel. A lot of Russians today, so if you are out here and you don't happen to speak English as a primary language, that's okay. That's fine. But we do request that we keep the chat itself in English, because otherwise it becomes very difficult to do moderation. And as we know, can't be on the internet communicating in 2021 without effective moderation. So thank you so much for helping us out with that. And now over to some dotes! V Gaming playing on Radiant side, Cascade Esports on the Dire. This was a side swap from them. I wonder if V Gaming wanted Radiant, or if they ended up losing the coin toss to want first pick. I wasn't actually watching the lobby. I should have paid attention to that. It is what it is. Cascade Esports, Shadow Shaman, Shadow Fiend early on. So push potential. Kaori played this hero yesterday, the Shadow Shaman. So he's definitely well versed and well practiced at it. I think they lost that game. Was that the game they won or lost? Because they won one game against the Ghost Frogs. But I can't remember if that was the game you won or lost. Let's see. I think it's the one you lost. This time around though, Oracle, Shadow Shaman, yeah. It was Kidaru on the Shadow Shaman, yeah, and they ended up losing that game. V Gaming, a lot more aggression being picked up by them. They're still sticking with the Snapfire here. Although this time around they have Puck, which it makes it a little bit easier to actually land the Morty's kisses. In that previous game, we saw there were so many occasions where the gobs are flying, but no one's taking it. Fortunately, there is still an Oracle to block out most of that with the Edict. But Puck will help out in some regard there. They also have some more chase potential with this Night Stalker. I guess the idea with Night Stalker is that it's a little bit easier to get on top of your targets with this hero. Just by like the early Blink Dagger. Then you can instantly find Oracle, and not just kill Oracle, but make it that the Oracle can't really participate in that fight, even if the Oracle ends up living. PA. Snagged up now by the side of Cascade Esports. The Void and the Venge and the Bloodseeker. So no WannaCry Bloodseeker. Feels bad. Not WannaCry, sorry, no AB Bloodseeker. Our TZs will have to play something else. Pango was taken away by the side of Cascade as well. V Gaming do have last overall pick, so they can grab themselves the best possible laner possible. I'm gonna love watching this mid lane though. Shadow Fiend versus Puck. Nice and old school combination between the two of them. And it can't really go either way. It's a fairly skill based matchup. But Puck does have earlier kill threat onto the Shadow Fiend. Very difficult to kill Puck as the SF. There's no way you land all 3 razors. It should just never happen. Unless there's a Shadow Shaman who rotates in with the shackles or something to help you out. They are fairly light on the insta disable and disable overall on the side of Cascade Esports. I don't think they should underestimate how much work Void did for them in that previous game. Void did a lot. Also the Pangolier. Between the two of them, there was so much crazy amount of disable. This game, what do they have to pick for him? Centaur's banned, Sand King's banned, Mars is banned, Tide is banned, Beastmaster's banned, Pango's banned, Timbersaw's banned, my gosh, Necro's banned. Hell, even Death Prophet, which you sometimes see in the offlane, is removed away. And of course the Vengeful Spirit's banned. Woof! AB, my friend. You also can't play Bloodseeker. My god, what do you play in this offlane? I think you have to play Underlord. I don't really see another hero. Maybe Darkseer. Actually, Dogs here could be fairly decent here. As an aura buyer, I would love to see them buy a hero or pick up a hero that can buy the Pipe of Insight. Quite useful versus Puck Lion. But they're also so light on initiation. How do they start fights? Okay, that's how. They get LC. Okay. V Gaming don't need a fight starter, they need a fight ender. So they need more damage that goes into the safe lane. With LC emerging... do you really want Lifesteal or Jug? Jug still strikes me as a decent hero pick in overall because of how well it can work with Puck Nightstalker. But I'd say maybe pick Troll, actually. Yeah, I'd like Troll. I like Troll Warlord here. Troll or Terrorblade. I know I keep saying Terrorblade, but I have this feeling in the pit of my heart. And it hasn't come yet, and I keep hoping it's going to be delayed. But I have a feeling in my heart that this is a Terrorblade patch. And I hate Terrorblade patches. They always suck. They're awful. Nyx Assassin. Obviously not a hero you can pick, even though it would be fun. But then you have to put like Nightstalker safe lane. I'm just thinking about trying to hunt Oracle now as well. V Gaming. 23 more seconds of the reserve time. Being very deliberate about where they want to go with this final pick. Maybe like a Sven. Just armor up versus the PA. And once you get the BKB, SF doesn't do anything anymore. And you have the Puck to bring these heroes close by. You're Wraith King again. Okay. Maybe TA2. Maybe this is Skeeter. From the... This is Skeeter from Tundra Esports. He's moonlighting today as TA2000. That's why they keep picking this Wraith King. He's like, yo fam, this is my hero. This is my hero. We're gonna get this hero and we're gonna win these games, fam. Don't even worry about it. Oh, that's hilarious. With this... how do I feel? I personally think we're going to a game 3. Yeah, I think we're going to game 3. They don't have as much lockdown as in the previous game, so that means that on the side of V Gaming there's going to be a lot more freedom for them in these engagements. I don't think Kidaru has as much protection as in the previous game as well on the Oracle. Oh, there's actually going to be Kaori on the Shadow Shaman. Okay, he's reprising his role. And LC here. LC into Lion, Puck, Wraith King. Press the attack is an amazing spell this game, to be fair. Like, it's incredible. Beyond incredible, honestly. Genuinely phenomenal spell. Okay, alrighty, let's see where this goes. Cascade Esports will take up this mantle to try to get themselves a 2-0. However, V Gaming, don't disappoint us, boys. We want game 3. Haven't had a game 3 today just yet. Over the last couple of days, we've been absolutely spoiled for choice. With these long series that go the distance. This time around, it does seem like Cascade Esports want to try bury this sooner rather than later. But for the sake of our entertainment, let's hope it is later. As here we go. Game number 2 underway. Inside the Roshan pit right now with the smoke, they realize that they haven't been scouted out. The smoke hasn't broken, so they're going to be able to get the positioning on the high ground. The pings are going to come out though, as now Cascade Esports are aware of where these heroes are from V Gaming. Regrettably, because of the angle they came in, they can't actually close the gap to kill any of them. I want game 3. I don't think we'll get it though. But I want... Actually, I do think we'll get it. I think we'll get it.
That went well, I think. That
Give us
went
game
well,
3.
I think.
Sound strategy.
The only reason I think we'll get it, honestly, is that come on, you can't be... You're playing Puck into SF with Wraith King, Night Stalker. Yeah, well, it'll depend on the mid game. It'll depend on the mid game. I think when you have this kind of draft, you do have the capability of running them over on the other side and trying to get the game going for yourself before the 7 Jesu PA is just a beast. Let's just put it this way. If we get to 25 minutes and it's even, Cascade is going to win, guaranteed. V Gaming need to play aggressive. They need to press the tempo. They need to have this Night Stalker be a terror of the early game and the mid game. I think they'll be able to do it. Top lane, we see 7 Jesu having some difficulties farming here, dealing with the harass between Arrow and Destroyed. This is a Night Stalker, so not gonna get the Void out onto 7 Jesu. Doesn't have Phantom Strike just yet. They almost got the first blood off him. Fortunately for him, Arrow wasn't close enough to throw out that last right click. Towards middle, Shisui taking on the Haze Puck. As noted, we've seen this matchup many times before. Fairly skill based. Right now, Shisui doing quite well. He is going to have the clear advantage post level 4 on. So it's a bit disconcerting that Haze is already losing out. But Shisui obviously has access to the triple razors, so that makes it a lot easier to get the CS up versus the Puck. I do think Haze will kill him first though. So Haze needs to get as much as he can in the earlier portion of the game. We'll go now and just pick up a Water Rune. Get some HP for himself. 7 Jesu does end up getting a kill onto Arrow, but Kidaro also goes down in the other direction. But 7 Jesu will be much happier as he picks up the first blood there. Oh, that's pretty huge. PA with first blood. Yeah, you're happy about that. TA 2000, definitely not happy about that, especially considering that the lane versus LC for Wraith King is not actually that fun. Because you can't trade with this hero. Between Moment of Courage and Press the Attack, especially as she starts to max out the Press the Attack, she just has permanent heal in this lane. And yeah, sure, you lifesteal back with the Vampiric Aura, but the degree of it, much less than what you get back from the Press the Attack Moment of Courage. So TA 2000 will just be stuck predominantly farming where he can, when it's safe. Malady. I'll take a little bit of damage. They turn their attention back now over onto this LC. AB will cop a Fire Snap Cookie as well. And a bit too much damage. Ooh, that was a big pot shot from the tier 1 tower. Will force AB into buying some regen. That is actually really, really good for V Gaming. It means that this LC can't get forward in the lane anymore. Like, look how far back she's playing at this point in time, because she knows she's scared of Wraith Fire Blast, Snapfire Cookie combo. So until the salve gets here, it'll open up a lot of space for TA 2000. Should enable him to get his boots flown in. He doesn't have to commit any extra regen. We'll just steal a salve from Malady and say, yo fam, you're the one that has to buy regen. Oh, life is good now. Life is good. It seemed like life was terrible, but it's fine. Shisui. Middle doing well. Where's the Puck at? Haze is farming behind him. And Shisui is doing really, really well with the CS. He's level 5 right now, so he's just going to become a demon and a boss. Doesn't seem like Haze was able to get out any effective harass onto him in the lane, so Haze is getting dumpstered at the moment by the Shadow Fiend from middle. Shisui will be just happy with this because of how hard he got dumpstered yesterday by TA. So now it's his turn. He's like, oh, okay, cool, fam. Let me show y'all how nice it is. Bottom. Ooh, nice chase there by AB. Understood that Malady was very low on this Snapfire, so able to run him down at the overwhelming odds. I don't like this build, personally. I think in this lane, at least 1 point to press the attack is so good. It's so, so good. To be fair though, he is still just trading everything. First nighttime will pop. Obviously in the top lane, Destroyed has gotten quite a lot of CS in this lane. Doesn't seem like he's purchased up that much regen either. Has one tango left, 5 tango charges. TA2000 getting a kill down here in the bottom lane onto Kaori. And Destroyed is level 4 now. It's the first hunter in the night, so not really gonna have anything happen with it except for just farming. Because he's like, hey, thanks for the attack speed. It's nice. They do find a Void out onto 7 Jesu with the Earth Spike. Do they have enough damage to kill him? They're looking for it. There is going to be a Fortune's End to root Destroyed to the ground. However, he's still chasing. 1-7 Jesu. 7 Jesu will get kept alive by Kidara, who finds the body blocks. Will be the sacrifice of Kidara's life to make that happen, however. Bottom lane, TA2000, they've been able to farm back decently. Kaori is in trouble now. The Skellies come out. There is the Wraithfire Blast. He's gone. Now would have helped there. Press the attack. Would have been pretty nice. But not available, unfortunately. Please get at level 5. Please, 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 please. Please, please, please. Y'all can't see me on camera, but I just aged about 3 years in a single moment, seeing him level up Moment of Courage 0.3 instead of the 1 point and press the attack arrow. Is going to end up getting brought down here in the top lane. It was a very nice Earth Spike that he threw out to try and protect himself, but it's not going to be good enough as they do manage to bring him down. Good jump there from the side of Cascade. 7 Jesu involved in yet another kill. Anything you can be doing to prop up this PA, you want to do it. But here comes Haze. Beautiful rotation from the puck. Level 7. I wasn't watching the levels. This is why I always turn to levels after like 6-7 minutes. Because these mid heroes, once they hit 7, your pucks, your Void Spirits, your Storms, your Ember Spirits, once they hit 7, you know they're coming to your lane. And Haze able to get a double kill off of this. Remember how hard Shishu was stomping him in the lane net worth wise? Yeah, well, now he's only a couple hundred behind. It's not like Shisui can pull the same maneuver at the same level, unfortunately. That's also the big thing. Why I really prefer the draft on the side of V Gaming. I can conceivably see them buying like 3 Blink Daggers, right? Or even 4. Destroy is actually just going to die at top. Is he just going to fly to the trees and TP out? Yep, he's good. Dark Ascension. Now they know that bottom AB is completely isolated. There's going to be throw with the stun forward. Shisui ports to the side of the map. Press the attack was leveled by the LC, but now she doesn't have duel. They are going to be able to get the kill onto Melody. But man, oh man, you would have loved it if you could get that as a dual kill. Fantastic kill for them to be able to pick up in that situation. Now what? Now what? That is the question that they want to be asking themselves on the side of Cascade Esports, because we need duel to be available for the LC. We need her to have Blink Dagger.
Sound strategy.
Otherwise, starting fights, I'm still really worried about their fighting potential. Right now, it's looking okay for them, but Destroyed is farming very well in the top lane. Actually, they're going to get another kill. Dreamcoil out onto 2 once more with the Waning Rift, silencing them both. Puck is going to be able to help out once more in the demolition of the top lane. Oof, 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 oof. They do at the very least get the kill onto the LC as well. Down bottom, TA2000. Oh boy, everything going right now for the side of V Gaming. They've got a 2k gold lead. Except for the puck. All of their heroes are ahead of the farm of their opposing number. Kaori and Shisui did manage to bring down the tier 1 tower in the mid lane, committing the mass serpent wards. There's no point into the presence of the Dark Lord, but it's not necessary just yet. Arrow will die in the jungle, unfortunately, getting caught out by the Hex. Very ironic to see a lion being hexed. It is what it is. Night Stalker now has his drums. Now the question is, does he want to build Ags first or Blink first? Or something else entirely? First nighttime will end. He's used his time effectively to just farm in the top lane. LC will have to find somewhere else to be able to catch up. And she moves top, giving the jungle over towards 7 Jesu. Obviously beginning the build up into the Battle Fury. Ring of Health should be flying out on the courier right now. Oh, this is a broomstick. Doesn't even have the Ring of Health. Feels bad, man. Feels pretty bad. Kaori gets brought down. We do have a trigger of the ultimate from Destroyed. They're looking for more kills here, and they're going to be able to find AB. Shisui ported into this. Might be in a little bit of danger. Throws out the Requiem. There are going to be these Morty's kisses flying back into his face. So he definitely does not want to be involved here. But now they know that he's low, and they know that he's alone. Destroyed doesn't have mana for the Void, but Haze does have mana for the Illusory Orb. Doesn't clip out onto Shisui. Do they have this damage? Waning Rift will be there. They're chasing him down. Destroyed just needs a couple more right clicks. One right click will chase him into the trees. And Haze will be able to find that kill. Can he get out himself though? Phase shift. Jaunt away. He's cool. Far away from Kaori, who cannot stop him with the shackles. Woo! Game is hella action-packed right now. There's a lot happening on the map. Shadow Shaman will find the Master Opponent's trap out onto the Lion, and this should be enough to get the kill. Arrow does die. Malady though comes in with the jump in at the Snapfire Cookie. They stun up onto the Shadow Shaman but turn around instead with the damage directly back onto TA2000. He was still next to these Master Opponents, so they were dishing out the damage. 7 Jesu, ironically enough, was stuck inside them, so not able to jump out and dish out more. But TA2000, what a huge death there. Giving up a lot of the early advantage he'd accrued for himself. And the fact that 7 Jesu is nearby when that happens definitely means that he's also going to be able to get a bit closer to the Battle Fury than he would have been able to otherwise. Haze looking for the Witchblade. That is going to be coming soon. There we go. Got it. Now we have damage. I think Elsie's dead. Is Elsie dead? Is Elsie dead? Hey, stream quiet. Oh, a bit too far away. Now they're actually gonna turn with the do. Okay. It's a bit ambitious here, but they're holding up because Shisui and Kaori are coming in from the side. They do end up losing the LC as well as Kidaro, and because of the silence from Destroyed flying over them, they do not have enough time to trigger off the Requiem. Kaori might end up dying here. Here's the Morty's kisses. They're zoning back Shisui. He can't stay here and dish out the damage necessary. And he can't even find his own Requiem. Got silenced up by Haze. First it's the silence from Destroyed. Then it's the silence from Haze. Either way, Shisui can do nothing. And they set that up with the LC dueling the Night Stalker. And yet it ends with Cascade Esports losing 4 heroes on the bottom side of the map. And Destroyed, the option is going to be for Blink Dagger. Alright, I like Blink Dagger. I like Blink Dagger. I do not mind Blink Dagger at all. Okay. Dota 2 just doing Dota 2 things. Alrighty, there we go. Game is still in beta, ladies and gentlemen. Remember that. And my NB comrades. Never forget, if any of you want to talk about ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, don't forget to shout out your NB comrades. TA2000 able to secure the tier 1 tower in the top lane. Almost has enough money for the Rads now. 7 Jesu. Still a little bit away before having access to the full Battle Fury. Maybe needs about like another 1,000 gold. 1,004. Just needs to finish the Claymore itself. For the time being, I think V Gaming don't actually want to show themselves and fight on the map because they have these 2 Blink Daggers almost coming out for Haze and the Night Stalker. Erstwhile for Cascade Esports, they definitely want to be fighting. And now Shisui with Kaori found themselves a beautiful target. I don't actually think they have the damage for this just yet. Oh, Waning Rift, no! They silence the Shadow Feed, prevent the long range raise, so they can't get the kill onto the Night Stalker. Destroyed will end up living. Oh my god, and now we see Kaori in trouble. Will he die? Oh, yes he does, actually died in the base. The poison attack from the Witchblade went through to the TP on the other side of the fountain and ends up bringing him down. Another double kill for Hayes. 8-0 and 3 on this puck right now. Oof. Oof, 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 oof. Kind of amazing there. Wraithfire Blast middle. Now flying out onto the LC as well. They fly over her with the Dark Ascension Silence. They're actually looking for this Oracle first. Kidaro will now no longer be able to participate in the fight. And then they kill AB. And that right there, that's what I like to see. When you pick this Night Stalker, early game, do not allow Oracle to play Dota. In the previous game, they could not control Oracle. And every fight looked extremely difficult as a result. In this one, they are out here. V Gaming. Also looking for another fight now. They found PA. Oh god. And that is 7 Jesu dying before Battle Fury. I cannot stress enough how bad that is. Now they can leave TA 2000 in the top lane to push out towards the tier 2 all by his lonesome. Zone the rest of the team here by maybe even taking a fight. And they're looking for it. Destroyed. His Blink Dagger is coming. Can they steal the stack of Ancients as well? Cascade wanna fight tooth and nail to keep this. But they'll lose out some of these creeps. Taken away by V Gaming. Preventing Shisui from bringing them all down. He's desperately trying to complete up a BKB for himself. But being prevented from doing so. Destroyed. With BKB now being queued up for him. Going to be extremely threatening. Top lane, 7 Jesus might actually be in trouble here. Yo, he did a blur up, right? They didn't catch him. There's gonna be a 2-hero Dream Coil Waning Rift with the silence out onto both supports. Woo! Yeah, Hayes is out here. Hayes is angry. This is a man that's playing with his emotions right now. He is not happy about the previous game. And it feels like he's personally blaming these two supports. He's been hunting them the entire time. 6 deaths for the Shadow Shaman, 7 for the Oracle. Shisui might get jumped now. They got Blink on destroyed. They got him. Got him. Woof.
Just what I need.
Yeah. Side. SF Games versus Puck Night Stalker. Demolish the laning phase. Can do literally nothing thereafter because they just have way too much catch and magic damage all the time. If you don't have BKB, you can't actually play this game. They finally got the Battle Fury destroyed, jumping out onto the Oracle. Now, oh, War Trap out onto the Puck. Puck might be in trouble here. Morty's Kisses though. Gonna do the Lord's work, zoning them back. Destroyed also was able to jump directly onto Kaori and interrupt those shackles. He will get dueled and killed for his efforts here. Doesn't actually die from the duel. Doesn't die at all. Hayes able to find the 2-hero Dream Coil, and now Arrow from the other side with the Earth Spike on the 2. Both gone. Hayes also then hexes up Shisui. Make sure there's no Requiem from the high ground. Somehow, yet again, Destroyed stays alive. Only died once in this game on the Night Stalker. 8-1 and 6. Hayes. This performance on this Puck, man. This is something else right now. This is something else. This is ridiculous. Bottom lane. They want more. Arrow already in position. Earth Spike out onto the Shadow Shaman. He will draw a lot of attention towards himself here now. Yeah, there's no way to save him. Doesn't have Aeon just yet. He's building it, but it's not available for the moment. So he will end up losing his life. But this is not an area that you really want to come through and farm though. Shisui, no! And because there's no BKB, look at Destroyed. Destroyed, what a god. They're gonna kill the Shadow Fiend first, but the entire time, Destroyed picking and playing the anti-Oracle role here. They're gonna just burn out Kidara on the steps because cool guys don't look at explosions. Heads up play, he understands that there's no way there's a Shadow Fiend here and there's no Oracle anywhere. They have vision here in the mid lane, so the Oracle can't be there. Where else could he be? Jump here, find Oracle, silence him up. He can cast no spells. V Gaming are in complete and utter control of everywhere on the map. And now suddenly Roshan is theirs to take. Oof. Now from that, into the Roshan pit we go. Nothing, no vision around. They scanned this out, but yeah. No way they'll be able to defend this. Even PA, she's nearby, but what can she do here? Roche will just get taken. And they actually just smoke up instantly. 7 Jesu is blurred up. Does get close enough to land out an observer ward. Kidaro, feels bad to be you, buddy. Death number 10. Here we go. Let's go. Double digit deaths, baby. Game is very, very hard. And now they're on the prowl to remove the final tier 2 tower. Erstwhile, we still don't have a blink dagger on AB. Are you kidding me? How is that even possible? Alright, Hayes also finds Shadow Shaman bottom. Like I said, Hayes is pissed. He's very upset about the previous game. But like, are you guys seeing what I meant by their inability to take fights on their own accord? They've literally been reacting the entire 20 minutes of this game. No proactive plays have come out from the side at all. It's all been reaction from the side of Cascade Esports. And until they get the blink on Legion Commander, which is going to come very late because probably going to end up dying here, Lion had the discipline to not commit the ultimate onto the SF, so now we'll have it available for the Lion. There we go. Another finger stack available. With these heroes down and a Sea Dragon coming, it's time to go high ground, baby. They don't have like a Haze Storm Spirit that can just buy back and zip past the wave. In order to get rid of this wave, they actually have to come forward. The best they have is the overwhelming odds from the Legion Commander. But with her being in the grave, unlikely that that will be any kind of thing to worry about. She doesn't want to buy back. I don't think she even has buyback. Yeah, it's still on cooldown for yet another minute. Woof! V Gaming. It's draft working out quite well for them. And still on the side of Cascade Esports, we still have no way for them to fight. Shisui has BKB, but that's not enough. They need Shisui to have BKB, they need PA to have BKB, and they need Blink Dagger on AC, on LC, hopefully with the BKB as well. V Gaming firmly in control right now. Puck has Lincoln Sphere, so he can't get dueled. Destroyed has BKB, so he can get dueled, but he can't suffer any other damage. And I say any because PA is not really a hero yet. She still needs so much more time before she's truly in a position to be an actual threat, especially up against these cores. I mean, consider how tanky Nightstalker is. 28 armor. They've got a Solar Crest on Malady, so they'll have that bonus whenever they need it. 2.4k HP. TA 2000 also has a ton of armor. They're actually looking for Shisui. It's going to force him back. They threw out the little shredder already onto the tier 3 tower, so this bad boy is going to go down very, very quickly. The tier 3 is gone. Can they even do anything about this? Kaori is able to find the ward trap, looking for the Night Stalker. Deal up is going to be there. And they do get the quick burst onto the Night Stalker, but it costs the life of both supports, as Hayes is able to dive onto the background with Milady and get the kills that they need. TA 2000 now on the forefront of the engagement. Earthbite beautifully done by the Lion. Fire Snap Cookie also catching out on the 2-7 Jesu. Able to leap away at the very last moment, however. Shisui might not be so lucky as he got hexed up. No, wait, he's not so lucky either. Because TA 2000 died on the first life, but immediately blinked right back onto 7 Jesu to get that kill. Shisui will take a Wraithfire Blast, and his life is going to be the final life taken here, as they call it. GG is called. Cascade Esports are going to game number 3, as V Gaming forced them to throw in the towel. Woo! Please give us post game. Please give us post game. Please give us post game. There we go. That's what we like to see. We get this post game. Oof. 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 Well, Cascade Esports have a bit of a reckoning there. Like I said, when we're in the drafting itself, I really did think that their draft was better. Okay, my piece is actually lagging a little bit. I do think their draft was legitimately better on the side of Cascade, oh, the side of V Gaming, excuse me. I think they played really well. One of the things that they also did in great capacity was ensuring that these supports could not play Dota. Hayes went 16-0-10. 16-0-10 versus a team that has a Hex and has a Duel. Amazing performance from the Puck. And I was wrong. I was mentioning earlier on in the game that I wouldn't be surprised if they went for the triple Blink Dagger, Lion, Puck, and the Night Stalker. They went for the quad Blink Dagger because TA2000 was like, meh, I don't need more damage. Let's just get the Blink, man. Close the gap. And we saw it come into vogue at the very end there because they were able to utilize said Blink Dagger in order to enable them to get the necessary kill on the last life of the PA, make sure that she's completely out of the game. And from there, woo, V Gaming have put themselves right in the path of being able to secure a victory. They played really well, but I think more than just playing really well, they drafted really well for Cascade. The thing with Cascade Esports is that this team is not a terrible team by any stretch of the imagination. They're a good team. However, it does seem to be the case that they are hyper reliant on certain strats and certain heroes. So if you can make 7 Jesu play uncomfortably or make Shisui play uncomfortably, you have a much better shot of winning this game. Like, I've seen 2 versions of 7 Jesu, for example. This version that we saw in this game, which was very ineffective, he felt very, not necessarily scared, but always in 2 minds. Is this the time for me to go farm, or should I join the team to help get this fight? Never really felt like the decision he was making was the right one. Versus when he's playing like his Slark, if he's playing his Faceless Void, then it seems like every decision he makes is pitch perfect. So I do think they have to find ways to be able to get him back on his comfort zone. And Shisui tends to play the best whenever the rest of the team around him can give him the necessary support or make it easy for him to pump out the damage from their spells. We saw in the first game between Kidaru and Kaori, it was basically impossible for Shisui to have a bad game under those circumstances. But now, the circumstances change and the game goes completely south. So, we desperately need them. If they want to continue in the tournament, if you're a Cascade fan, you need to be praying for them to come back with a draft that suits their strengths. However, if indeed you are a fan of V Gaming, then you are celebrating because not only did they grab the victory there, but I think they looked good doing it. So they might be now on a nice momentum to take game number 3. Whether or not that'll happen, we will find out shortly. Just don't go anywhere. Stick around as game 3 is being queued up as we speak. In the meantime, make sure that you are following the stream. If you're a fan of what you're hearing and you're enjoying the cast, consider becoming a supporter either by hitting the big purple button to subscribe on Twitch, hitting the big orange button to subscribe to just give a one-time donation through PayPal. Every piece of help is much appreciated and also comes with a piece of bonus content, not just one piece, but several pieces of bonus content to make it worth your while. Of course, also make sure to go follow me on Twitter and follow me on YouTube. Details for that keep being spammed out by the Moodbot. Literally look at chat, and when you see Moodbot and you see purple link after Moodbot, click it and you'll be good. And with that, we'll be back as we take a break for one last time. One of these 2 teams is going home right after this. Stick around to find out who that's going to be. Ladies, gentlemen, and my NB comrades, welcome back to the final game of Cascade Esports taking on the side of V Gaming. One of these two squads will proceed in the Positive Fire Games tournament. The other, knocked out. Just get knocked out. Just go home. Feels bad. Nobody wants that outcome for themselves. So here we are, Game 3, Cascade Esports. Won out Game 1 and thought they had the tools to take Game 2, but unfortunately they were dead wrong. And now been forced into this decider to see whether or not they'll be able to proceed here in the Positive Fire Games tournament. On the other side, V Gaming definitely has momentum going for themselves, so I imagine that they'll be feeling quite bullish about their chances in this game. So let's take a quick look at the drafts. Before we do though, I'm Snare. Those of you who don't know, make sure that you're following the channel. Please remember that despite the complications that have happened today regarding the Russian stream, it has been posted in the chat before where the link is. So if you would like to be participating in chat but in Russian, then I would advise that you go over to that stream. But if you're going to stay here, unfortunately, you're going to have to stay in English. And you can't necessarily say that this is me just being a bit of a scumbag, because I guarantee I speak more languages and read more languages than you do, but I'm still keeping it to English on the stream. So please and thank you. Also make sure that you follow, subscribe, and donate to make the growth go. Haha. Anyway, Dota. So this is what we wanted. We wanted Game 3. We got Game 3. A bit of unfortunate news in that Cascade Esports are playing with a stand-in now. There was a bit of a problem. I believe it was Kidaro that is experiencing a bit of a personal problem at this point in time. So I think perhaps that might have also factored into what happened in between the games, which kind of really felt like very different performances from the side of Cascade Esports. So now they have the stand-in. We shall see whether or not that stand-in is going to be good for the money. In the meantime, they've already gone in on the side of V Gaming for Puck Snapfire. That's going to counter the first overall pick of the Shadow Shaman, which also leads into a Drow. SS Drow. Okay. Haven't seen Drow Ranger for too many games. I think I've only seen her twice in this patch right now. If I'm not mistaken, she won one and lost the other one. Ironically enough, it was very similar games. She lost one game against the Spectre and lost one game and won a game against the same hero as well. So, it's fine. Hero's okay. V Gaming have gone for the Puck Snapfire other side. Give themselves that team fight that they saw being super effective in game number 2. And we really saw the difference that the Snapfire hero can make when you have that additional hero to keep heroes close enough for the magic damage to pop over. And I think he was a revelation in the laning phase. Played really well to ensure that the early lanes went well with the always keeping negative armor out on people with Lord Shredder. The Snapfire cookies were incredible throughout the game. Effectively additional sources of initiation. Looked very good there. So V Gaming, second phase of bans. They took out the SF, they took out the Mars, they took out Lina. So Shisui does play Lina as well. We'll definitely have to play something different. They have left the AB Vengeful Spirit in the pool. Does seem like Cascade might be leading towards that direction. You already have Shadow Shaman, you have Drow. Getting Venge Drow. I don't think you're gonna pick it yet. Maybe pick your 5 position for now in response to this Earth Spirit. Because now V Gaming have given themselves even more team fight. Once the Puck Dream Coil catches some heroes, the roll is super easy. The Magnetize is super easy to land onto people. You also now have additional ways of being able to cancel out the long range shackles from the Shaman. You can roll him, you can Geo Grip him, you can Waning Rift him. You can Dream Coil him. Well, Puck spells don't really... Puck spells are going to be dropped first every fight anyway. Now they also have this insane reach. They sort of did this or attempted to do this in game number 1 with the Storm Spirit as well. Didn't really work out for them, but man, the reach available for V Gaming. Puck Earth Spirit's gonna get to the backlines of the fight every single time. And Cascade went for the Pudge. I don't like this. I saw AB play this Pudge one game. It wasn't the game where they had the Drow, but it was a game where it didn't look good. So this might not be the AB Pudge, at least I hope not. In that game they picked it primarily because there was a Faceless Void there. If this is just a regular Pudge for Pudge's sake, I desperately hope that this is the 4 position. They put Shadow Shaman in the 5, and now they're gonna pick the hero for AB. I mean, actually, they could save AB's hero for last because 7 Jesu already has his draw secured. I think it's more important to make sure Shisui has a good game. Maybe get him his Ember Spirit. He picked Bloodseeker. Okay, so AB will play Bloodseeker then. So what will Shisui be grabbing? But it does kind of feel like Cascade play best when Shisui is comfortable. That's one of the complicated things about Dota 2 sometimes. Figuring out who on the team your team needs to prioritize. It's not even about skill. Sometimes it's not the player on your team with the highest amount of skill, but someone who just, when they're comfortable, we win. With the side of Cascade Esports that tended to be AB, our TZ's bastard in the offlane. Yami23, I have a competition every day that the first person to ask me to shout them out gets shouted out. So shout out Yami23. Is it Yami or Yame? I'm not sure. Next pick. You still need team fight for Cascade. They're actually banking that this might be a mid Bloodseeker for the side of E-Gaming, as they are banning Tidehunter now. Of course, Cascade Esports will just ban the Spectre. This is the hero that's been troubling them the most. Perhaps the idea as well for going for the Bloodseeker pick is to prevent that from being picked against them. Because as Draw, if you get ruptured, the fight's over. Like, it's just done. It's just done. No matter what you have, it's just done. You have to just port home, can't stay around in that engagement. PA now taken out as well. Probably gonna go for like what, Weaver? Or maybe they're the ones that go for this Wraith King now on the side of V-Gaming. You ideally want a hero that can also buy, either close the gap on Draw Ranger with its natural spells or buy a Blink Dagger. Cascade now without being able to pick LC. They're really certain that this is mid for Shisui. Nah, dude. There's no way Shisui is going to play mid Bloodseeker. This is a hero for him. There we go. Templar Assassin. TA into Puck. Good times in the mid lane. It's funny that this is the hero pick, because just yesterday he picked the Shadow Fiend and it was a Templar Assassin that ended up beating them in that game to send them to the lower bracket. So he of course will be wanting to find some revenge here. He's saying, I wouldn't be surprised right now if he goes to Twitter, he's like, where is Borania? Send him an @ and say, Borania, come through, come to the stream, watch how to really play TA. Ah, lol. This time he's playing it into a Puck, so it's not too difficult. But what's the hero for TA 2000? Can't play Wraith King, can't play Spectre, can't play PL, can't play the PA, can't play Void, potentially Weaver, potentially Alchemist actually. I could see a safe lane Alch. And then you just play with this hyper tempo that Cascade is never really ready to deal with. Their supports don't do that well at hunting Alchemist in the jungle. I mean, Pudge can run around him and be very annoying. Well, they just get the Juggernaut. Okay. It's a standard Jug. I can imagine TA 2000 building a thing in this game. The Maelstrom rather than Battle Fury. That way the Chain Lightning... You know, you're not always expecting Haze to be able to find a way to get several heroes inside Dreamcoil. But hopefully Chain Lightning can bounce around the fight, dish out some damage onto refraction charges. It'll depend on how the lane goes. Also, 7 Jesu in the safe lane. Depends on whether or not Juggernaut feels threatened by that hero going late. Don't think he should be. Yeah, I like this Jug pick. I like this Jug pick. I like what I'm seeing right now from the side of V-Gaming, so... Personally, I am gonna go with V-Gaming. Although both teams just really have a struggle with big initiation, but V-Gaming... Like, Destroy is probably gonna build, like, what, Blade Mail BKB on this Nature's Prophet. And then he just shows up to a fight and stands there hitting people. Then you have to hit him. You can't ignore this hero. But that'll open up space for everybody else on the side of V-Gaming to close that gap. They don't have... The only burst they have on the side of Cascade Esports is going to be that Templar Assassin. Okay. Alright. 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 Oh, I didn't open the predictions. My bad. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's on me. So let us open up the predictions for y'all. Let me know who you think
who you think has got this one? Who's gonna make this magic happen? V Gaming are playing on Radiant side. Personally, I think they're good for this. I think they're gonna be able to make the 2-1, get the comeback against the side of Cascade Esports. At the same time, Cascade,
Another triumph.
they are in a position, in a situation where we're playing with a stand-in, remember? We are playing with a stand-in. It looks like they've had to sort of rejig how they're going to be moving around the map because of this, because they actually have Kidaro still playing support on the Pudge, but Miero is the one who's not playing in the offlane. So Kidaro's actually in the game. It's the offlane that they will not have access to. That is a bit of a shame. That is a bit of a shame. Because I kind of feel like an offlaner can make a huge difference. Well, it depends on the squad. For some teams, your offlane player is like your franchise player, probably the most important on the team. But maybe Cascade feels that they can survive without Arteezy's bastard. AB, personally, like I was saying in the draft, for me, he's the one that when they're playing well, it's normally him that I'm looking towards and saying, yeah, he's having a very good game. Therefore, the game is going quite well. Pudge hook does end up missing from somebody. Alrighty. Cascade Esports. Early trade is just going to be 2-2 apiece. So now we can get back into this one. This top lane is going to be so good for Nature's Prophet, man. You're not scared of anything in this lane. You're just going to be spamming out all of these trees. Kidaro, you know that he has the hook level 1. So he can't like even run at you and try and rot you up. There's some frost arrows. But, oh, arrow actually didn't go for a rolling boulder level 1. Went for the boulder smash. There is danger in this lane at level 2 for 7 Jesu. He can get rolled on and kicked towards where Destroyed is. And at some point, Destroyed might even decide to put a point into Sprouts just to mess with 7 Jesu once he's eaten through all the tangos. But that's not going to happen because 7 Jesu is a wise man. Shows up to the lane with a Quelling Blade despite playing Drow. Understands the kind of situation he might find himself in and is planning accordingly. In the middle side of the map, Shisui. Definitely a lane that TA should be winning every single time. Quite handedly, in fact. So we're expecting that trend to continue here. Nah, I don't think that's going to change anytime soon. He's going to be fine. 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 Bottom lane. Kaori getting span on right now, but Kaori, is he dead? Yes, he is. TA 2000 with the first blood. Nice. Nicely done. Nicely done. Nicely done. Then being able to pick that one up gives them the opportunity to still sit your farm down bottom. You're not really expecting to be able to run forward and get the grab out onto this Bloodseeker, force him out of lane. He's got too much sustain for that to happen. So TA 2000 will just be happy for any instance, any situation where he can accelerate his own farm without banning, without having to do anything weird. Top lane Destroyed does end up getting the kill onto Kidaro. Yeah, they have to back with 7 Jesu now. That's pretty big. Because the thing is, Pudge as a support, not one of these heroes that scales in utility massively throughout the game. He needs to be doing the most here in the early game. An inability to do so is drastically going to impact his progression later. Also a hero that doesn't get all the experience in the world, so not a good look that he dies first. This mid lane, I want to see what Hayes is going to do for recovery here. He does have obviously access to the jungle. It's not the easiest thing in the world for, not the most difficult thing in the world for a Puck to jump back and farm there. We'll see how this all ends up unfolding here. Arrow. I think also this Earth Spirit has to have a really decent game. I don't see how he's gonna have a bad one though. There's so many things to set him up. Also, I think that later on, Malady, yet again, we're gonna see Fire Snap Cookie be very, very useful, because you'll now have follow-up stun as well from the Dream Coil. Something I only realized like when I was thinking about the previous game of some of the long duration disables. It would happen that Puck jumps you, Dream Coil, afterwards you get jumped on as well. Basically complicates life there. We have a hook top, Court destroyed, but gonna be able to TP out happily without putting himself in jeopardy in that situation. And there is going to be a roll though back. That's what we wanted to see. 7 Jesu kick towards the tower. The Sprout will be there. They do have the damage and they will be able to find the kill onto the Drow. Absolutely no way you're going to be able to escape that, my friend. Kidaro, of course, can't really move forward and help him in that situation. In fact, they're just going to roll forward for him too. Kidaro trying to TP out. Will he be able to get away to safety? No, he will not. It's going to be a double kill for Destroyed. Okay. Are they gonna go for more though? I knew this was gonna happen. That's why I didn't want to leave this lane. Because I knew 7 Jesu, the moment he came back, he was gonna be the target. And they get another. That's it. That's the path to victory. That's exactly how you come back into this situation. Oof, and now, upon respawning, 7 Jesu can't even come back into the lane. Gonna have to take the walk of shame. Already level 4. Nature's Prophet is level 5. That top lane is over. Complete destruction there. And I don't know if y'all have caught the memo, but Drow Ranger, not necessarily known for being the hero who you want catching up all that much. Always want this hero to be ahead. Ooh boy, ooh boy. Seven Jesu is back, but came back just as Destroyed hits level 6 on the Nature's Prophet. That's crazy. Now they can leave this Nature's Prophet alone. Arrow can start doing other things, doesn't have to worry all that much. Because he knows that this Nature's Prophet will be able to self-sustain at this point. Haven't really seen what the itemization is going to be beyond the Drums of Endurance just yet. They might try and lead for another kill though. Whenever they find a role in this lane, someone's going to die. But yeah, I love the drums. I would love drums, blade mail into BKB. And then he just shows up and says, now what? And here we go. What level is Puck? Look at that, level 7. Which means it is time to make the first rotation of the map. Was scouted out because they have a sentry down here, which saw the movement of the Invis rune. And however, Haze. Is he gonna find a target? Drow just TP's middle. She's like, nope, not about this life. Kidaro is gonna get jumped. Man, they really want the Drow. The hook from Kidaro will bring Arrow towards him. So now they're like, oh wait, it's already gone, the Drow. Okay. Haze feels a little bit stupid. Ports back into a trap, baby. But they don't have enough damage. And now suddenly it's the TA that finds that he's overextended, as the rotation will be there from the jug. Spin down. Easy kill. They bring down Shisui in the top lane. At the same time, Destroyed also managed to get a kill onto Kidaro. Oof. Oof, 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 oof. Okay. Fairly big deal there. Getting that grab now positions them with so much space on the map. TA, she's gonna come back middle, but not really feeling happy about playing in this area anymore. Pudge will miss a hook, unfortunately. Not gonna grab it onto Haze. Still have so much time to go before we have any real TA items. Deso is still so far away. Haze is gonna almost get brought down here. Nice roll in onto Kaori. Kaori gonna die towards some right clicks of the little shredder. You're not gonna be able to reach for more, however. And Puck doesn't die. Hayes came so close and he's going to get a bottle refill. So maybe he turns back into the mid lane. They got the urn already down onto Shisui to get rid of the refraction. Yesterday, in the game that Shisui was playing against, at this exact stage, at about 9 minutes, he was playing into a Deso with the 4 power treads. So definitely not having the same performance that was had against him. Really is attempting though to get as much of the farm as possible because he knows that he's the hero that's going to be biggest first on his team. So because he'll be biggest first, it means that they will not really have any other ways to move on the map outside of getting behind Shisui and using the momentum bought by the TA. Bloodseeker not having the best time bottom, so he's not really going to be the hero to open up the map for you in that way. Really is going to come down to the Templar. And of course, 7 Jesu is just having the worst game ever. Very low net worth on the Drow. Building the nice Dragon Lance now, but unfortunately still for quite a while these fights he'll be susceptible to be rolled on by Arrow or Hayes to catch him. So can't really show up. Just gonna have to farm safely where possible. Destroyed is get caught out here in the top lane. He won't be able to TP out to safety because Kidaro right next to him with the hook. Nicely done. That's a comeback tool, especially when they end up giving some of that gold towards the draft. Unfortunately for the side of Cascade Esports, it is the Pudge that takes the bulk of it. I see you got the last hit there with the hook shot. But you're just happy that Nature's Prophet is dead at this stage. Mid lane, you're not going to be happy that Templar Assassin dies. Arrow getting hexed up though, so can't use the Magnetize just yet. There is going to be a Rupture flying through, and Arrow is definitely going to die. So they managed to keep the Templar Assassin alive. They're gonna go for something though. Snapfire Cookie was throwing the Juggernaut forward. They do manage to get the kill out to the Shadow Shaman, who buys back instantly. Hayes, will he be able to escape this Blood Rite? Phase Shift will keep him up for now, but the Shackles will still be good for the money from Kaori. So Kaori, nice buyback from the Shadow Shaman, comes in, helps them to bring down Hayes, saving the further fight and still preventing them from putting pressure onto the tier 1 tower in the mid lane. And Shadow Shaman, yet again, find some shackles. They catch the Earth Spirit. Okay, Cascade Esports. Some signs of life coming out of them. They were looking like they were getting sucked into the pace of V Gaming a little bit, but good recovery there. They take a very strong fight and manage to push it back in order to claim a tier 1 tower with the Sea Dragon push whilst they're at it. Several heroes from V Gaming do involve themselves middle, but they cannot stop anybody from Cascade from retreating here. Nature's Prophet's also building Witchblade. He's gonna not go Blade Mail, he's gonna go Drums Witchblade into BKB. Alright. We'll leave him a bit squishier than I would like personally, but at least the BKB will help a lot. Juggernaut indeed is buying the Maelstrom, not opting for the Battle Fury for this game. Arrow picked up a regen rune, does manage to kick away the Templar Assassin. Yeah, he's dead though. Got ruptured. He's gone. Oof, V Gaming end up losing that kill to Shisui, who now is, you're still not happy. You're not like the fastest item time in the world for this Templar Assassin, but you're still going to be able to get them. 13-minute Deso, still perfectly respectable. Should be able to find the Blink Dagger. So Shisui can still salvage this game. These fights around the mid tower truly have transformed Cascade's opportunities here. Also puts V Gaming in a bit of a more humble situation. They really thought, guys, we're rolling them right now. Let's just port directly on their faces. What can they do? Turns out they can still do quite a bit, so show a bit of respect. Also, they've really been struggling with dealing with this Rupture from Miero. Kaori will end up dying other side of the map. Speaking of Miero, Rupture flown out onto Destroyed, but they're gonna just get the quick burst out onto the Bloodseeker. Kidaro is here with the Dismember. It's not gonna be good enough. Destroyed survives through it, and now will end up losing his life though to the damage between Shisui as well as 7 Jesu. Although 7 Jesu, can he help Shisui get a kill onto the puck? No, he cannot, because Arrow's gonna help out first. And now Rolling Boulder's back online. They're gonna try and look for the Drow Ranger. Drow, she dodges the roll, but will not be able to help herself with the kick. No! Malady! Don't do that, my friend. Don't do that, my friend. Never do that again. Tell the player you're about to throw a Fire Snap cookie onto. Oof, that almost went south, but fortunately they do have a puck nearby who's able to salvage that fight. Get them the kill onto the Drow Ranger. Man, so they get a lot there. Arrow, dismembered up. Fire Snap him. Now you can Fire Snap him. Roll up in one moment. Silence is there. When he survives. He's got it. He's fine. He's fine. He's fine. No, don't turn, mate. Arrow is stressing me out so much. But he's cool. He's cool. He's cool. He's fine. He's fine. He's fine. He's fine. He's alright. He's alright. There's no problems. There's no problems. Young Hayes almost has the Witchblade, a couple gold away. Is there a creep here? No. Feels bad. You always hate it when you're like 50 gold away from an item, but there's no creeps nearby to just pick up. I mean, to be fair, TA 2000's taking all of them. And now he's going to start building into an attack speed item as he looks for that Yasha. Hayes has Witchblade flying out towards him right now, so the option might be there for him to snag up a kill just as this item gets delivered. He does have some support down in the bottom lane, however neither of them have a smoke, and he has long been scouted by this Observer Ward. So Miero will know to play very carefully, although they just dive in with Arrow. Will they kick him back? They get destroyed coming in here. The Snapfire cookie won't be able to find the stun, not that it matters. As Destroyed also ports in. One of the best things about playing Nature's Prophet, you can't just show up anywhere on the map. You always have the numerical advantage, provided the enemy team is not playing with 5. And they bring Destroyed top. If they scout out Kaori, it's nighttime though, so he's not gonna want to move forward. But they could have actually killed him because Puck is here. But Puck also doesn't have Blink Dagger just yet. Bottom. They are gonna try look for this grab. Psionic Trap laid out. Just got a bit of vision there. Mass Open Wards will get dropped down. Tier 1 under jeopardy. And with Mass Open Wards, you don't fight that. You leave. Yeah. Good job, guys. And very good job from Cascade Esports to recognize that with this Deso Blink available for TA. Yesterday was crazy. Boronia had these items at like 12-13 minutes. Shisui still very respectable timing. Blink Deso, Priest 17 minutes. Well on your way towards picking up BKB as well. Yeah, man. Nothing wrong with this TA performance. Main thing is to just open up as much space for 7 Jesu as possible, who also wants BKB. Just ASAP. You just need BKB, man. You're playing against the silencers from the Earth Spirit, silencers from Puck, Fire Snap cookies, damage from Morty's kisses. Yes, that's too much. And Drow is always going to be hella squishy. 1500 HP despite the 24 armor available thanks to all the agi that she has to herself. Also with level 2 marksmanship, the amount of farm that she gets. If this game stays as static as it's looking right now, she should actually be able to catch up to the Juggernaut without too much time passing. However, I think she's gonna die. Yeah, she's dead, dude. Sorry. Here comes the gank gang. Here comes the gank squad. They're trying to position Kidaro as a smoke breaker here. But this is Puck, mate. This is Puck, mate. Oh, they're actually not going to jump 7 Jesu. Nice hook from Kidaro. I thought Destroyed was going to port behind 7 Jesu and try and lay out a Sprout or something to buy time for Arrow to roll in. But they end up only getting the purge. Just gonna be a quick pick then onto the tier 1 tower. Can they find TA 2000? Shisui is here. Are you freaking kidding me? Did y'all see that? The reactions from TA 2000. Rupture now, flown out, Arrow in trouble, outside the Blood Rite as well. Almost certainly gonna die, but here comes Destroyed with the Sprout out onto Shisui. Shisui will eat the GG slash and die for having brought down Arrow. Now in a lot of trouble. 2 heroes caught by the Fire Snap Cookie and the spin in between both of them from the side of V Gaming. They've been able to secure the third, looking for the fourth. 7 Jesu inside the Dream Coil. Morty's Kisses will pepper the area, but it's only opening up space for Haze and TA 2000 to finish the job. A double kill for the puck. 4 heroes have fallen, and now suddenly the path to Roshan lies open as V Gaming filter into the pit to collect the Aegis. Woo, my god. What movement right there from the side of Cascade. They came very prepared to try and pick off the Juggernaut. TA waiting for so long. The Shadow Shaman waiting with the opportunity for the Hex. They have a ward out. There's no vision scouting them. But somehow... And that, honestly, I have no problems with that initial move. Super legit, super dope. But somehow, TA 2000 able to get off the Blade Fury. Spins to safety. And they can apply no more damage. Right, although where things start to really fall apart for Cascade is the re-engage here. Because they're like, well, it's a quick and easy kill onto this Earth Spirit. It does seem like Earth Spirit has been a bait that they keep falling for. They dangle him before them. They jump for it and then they end up losing heroes. The thing that sucked about that death as well for Shisui is that the knowledge that even when he gets BKB, it will not protect him versus the Omni Slash. Don't get me wrong. This Nature's Wrath damage needs to be dealt with. So does the Snapfire damage. But Jug is still a huge threat. Eventually, this puck will get Aghanim Scepter. It is an inevitability. And now, I think... Oh, is he gonna die? Oh! Oof. Oof. That was very close. That was very close. Oh, First Sun Rising. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, comrade. Melody will run across Kidaro. They find a stun. This might open up space. Here's the roll from the Arrow Earth Spirit. Look at Kidaro being a team player. Dragging in the bounty room before he dies. He's like, I'll take it. It's something for myself, however. It's just not going to be good enough. Can Miaro survive this? Okay, he can. Man, this map just seems so terrifying for Cascade. Everywhere they go. Like, look how much they keep moving, these V Gaming heroes. We just saw half these heroes towards bottom, trying to find a fight. And here they are, bound towards top. Making this map feel very claustrophobic. And now 7 Jesu gets GG slash. This actually is really bad for the TA 2000 Juggernaut. Does he have TP out? No, yeah, he does. But chose not to use it. Okay. I mean, there's a Pudge here. So he knows the Dismember would interrupt that TP. Now, can he force this fight? Shisui standing his ground with the BKB will be able to bring down Arrow, but here's Destroyed on the backside of things, looking for the Templar Assassin. Kidaru in the meantime also taking quite a bit of damage. He's going to die. Shisui able to blink away in the trees. Dream Coil doesn't connect onto him, but he's having a hard time running past these creeps. Melt. Ooh, nice. Disjoint of the final right click there. Scatter Blast can't close the distance, as they somehow manage to keep Shisui alive. It's expensive, it's not cheap, but they do keep Shisui alive. Does cost the tier 2 tower though. Although they are a little bit okay with that fight, because for 2 reasons. Firstly, yeah, sure, you lose the tier 1 and you end up losing your Pudge, but you gotta kill yourself. Right, they got the kill onto Arrow. Shisui doesn't die. 7 Jesu gets to survive the fight and help to get out of dodge from the Omni Slash. Despite the map ever shrinking, and it's not good for you on the side of Cascade Esports. However, considering what this game is looking like up until this point, you'll definitely take these set of circumstances. Yule's up. Okay, Arrow. In trouble. Ooh, there's the damage. Wow. Bursted down by the side of Cascade Esports. Alrighty. 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 A quick pause. Quick pause. Quick pause. Cascade Esports. Okay, that's gonna call the G almost immediately. Lol. They are ready to continue to play. Seven Jesu. Hurricane Pike I do like as a potential item pickup here. The big thing about them nabbing this, more protection for Drow. Just let us stay far back in the fight. If she gets Omni Slashed, you're able to Hurricane Pike closer to your allies. Keep yourself alive in that way. Blink Dagger now picked up by Kidaro. Okay, so he has been the main saving engine of the team. It's actually interesting that this is the best showcase I've seen of what this Pudge is able to represent. Well, it's not the first time that I've seen this Pudge in a support capacity or just in the game as a saving hero. However, in this game, Kidaro, despite his team not really being in the best position, has done quite a lot to make things somewhat stable. The damage mitigation that has come out of the Pudge through dismembering the Juggernaut and hooking heroes out of trouble and or hooking the Nature's Prophet to kill him has been instrumental. Speaking of NPs with the whole gang, they're pushing in the top lane. They managed to find themselves a push onto the tier 2. It's gone. Okay. Tier 3 tower in jeopardy. The hook will be there from Kidaro after the dismember, but Kidaro realizes that once BKB is popped, you have to get yourself away. Shisui, though, will be able to find the kill onto Arrow. And Kidaro did unfortunately expend all the TP cancelling tools in trying to get the grab onto the Nature's Prophet, so they will not be able to interrupt the spin TP out. However, they do save the tier 3 tower, force the rest of V Gaming back home, but crucially, they managed to do this without sacrificing anybody. That's the big thing. Up until this point, almost every fight they've taken has extracted some kind of toll from them, but this time around, they just get a clean kill. It seems to have whet their appetites for more as they are on the prowl right now. Shisui will get some vision of the high ground with the Psionic Trap. The rest of V Gaming, though, positioned behind the tier 2. Unfortunately for the side of Cascade, their primary forms of initiation are Blink Hook or a long reach with the Rupture from Miero. Absent finding any of those spells, it becomes really, really complicated to get exactly what you need out of the fight. So, and unfortunately, both those tools require very, 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 very good vision. And they don't really have that on the map right now, so they are going to be forced to retreat away. Destroyed. Yo. If only Destroyed knew how close he is to death at this particular point in time, having to walk close to a Psionic Trap, but now all the heroes have fled away from the area. What's he building next? Going for the AC, Witchblade, Halberd with the BKB. Halberd, very useful against heroes like TA. I think you can still use multi-shot as 7 Jesu, even if you've been halberded. But obviously you can't right-click, so you definitely want to be able to apply the halberd to Shisui, because then Shisui does nothing. You can deal with the Draw Ranger at that point. When you have the burst hitter, like all the main damage is coming out of this Templar Assassin. So the moment that you bring her down, or prevent her from being able to put out any of the damage, they suddenly have to back, even if Draw's alive. And Shisui might find out that he's a target here. Oh, they're coming for him. They got him.
And that's going to be a jump. BKB is popped by Shisui. There's the GG slash. And yeah, we spoke about it. BKB does not protect you from that. They might be able to at least get destroyed off of this as well. 7 Jesu with the damage of the multi-shot from the side. But Kidaro already brought down. 7 Jesu needs to BKB TP out. Not safe right here. Yule Scepter will prevent the Bloodseeker from being able to escape as well. They just roll him and they just kill him. Double kill for TA2000. And with buyback not being available for TA, I struggle to see how they can hold the lane of Rax and at least get Arrow, who rolled in a bit too deep. Oh, okay, they forced them back. They don't want to go for more. I think this is a bit of a mistake from V Gaming. But they don't know that the TA doesn't have buyback. If they knew that she didn't have buyback, they take the Rax. But they suspect that that's just the opening salvo of buybacks. And then Miero is going to try initiate to open up space for the TA. So they make the much more safe, the economical decision, as it were. And here they are now. Roshan. It's gonna get taken. And who are they gonna give the Aegis to? They give it to TA2000. Hayes doesn't feel like he needs it. 7-1 and 7 on the puck. Well, not to say that Jug needs it necessarily either. And we still are absent buybacks on the side of Cascade on the 3 core heroes. Tia and Drow are short the gold. Bloodseeker, of course, have committed the buyback already. Cascade Esports. What will they do? How will they open up this next engagement? The engagement is coming for them, whether they like it or not. V Gaming, smoke up there in the background. They're trying to close the gap by rolling all the way around. They got the Observer Ward out. Kaori was scouted there, and they're just going to get the D-Ward. And middle, Shisui, a bit far forward there on the Temporal Assassin, might end up dying here. Destroyed, forced to the far side of the fight. Bloodright was down to get some silences off, but the spin will prevent that from happening. Shackles out, directly onto Destroyed. Inside the Mass Serpent Hordes, he's actually going to end up losing his life. At the same time, on the high ground, they get the kill onto the Shadow Shaman. Shisui is in trouble. Hookshot back from Kidaro off the Puck. Puck is going to get silenced out by the Bloodright. They can't keep chasing onto Shisui, but TA2000 is right on top of the TA. TA2000 will die, however. Buyback from Destroyed. He came in, back into the fray. Kidaro dies on the far side of it. Bloodright was dropped down yet again. Fire Snap Cookie will help toss back the Juggernaut to allow him to escape the dangerous heroes. Pudge buys back and dies back, but Destroyed also has to die back into that fray. Cascade Esports now will have to face the prospect of defending the base with several heroes not having any access to buyback. Only Shisui can return if he gets popped right now. And they wanted to jump in, but what a silence from 7 Jesu! The gust preemptively from the high ground grabs onto Hayes as he jumps in. Now big roll arrow. Doesn't have the magnetize, but they look like they might have the damage onto Kaori. The Shadow Shaman does manage to get back onto the high ground. TA refraction popped up and now turning the damage with the Mel Strike onto this Malady Snapfire, and they will be able to kill him, but it does cost the life of Kaori. At the same time, though, dieback on the Nature's Prophet on the high ground. Gets surrounded by Miro and Shisui, and they have the damage between the two of them. So 2 core heroes die. Man, 7 Jesu, the gust. Oh my god. Hayes was jumping in directly to where the Drow Ranger was gonna be, but literally blinked into the silence. Doesn't have Yule Scepter, of course. So no defense available there. Oof. What a fight. What a fight. V Gaming lose 3 off the back of it. Somehow, they're playing in a game on the side of Cascade Esports where they are 8k gold behind, but this represents them clawing back an advantage. Fam, look, Shisui is actually highest level in the game on the Templar Assassin. Not too far away from grabbing 25 as well. In this game, I'm actually conflicted if I think he should get the bonus refraction charges or the meld hit bash. I think the refraction charges.
Smoke up now from Cascade. The scan from the dire side hits them perfectly. So V Gaming know this is coming. Will they be able to do anything about this? But oh, they find them in the trees. They got the silence out onto the Jug. Will Jug get silenced by Blood Right? He will. Can't spin just yet. Will also get himself ruptured. He's on the high ground. Jug is gonna die here. TA2000 is gone. Oh my god. 7 Jesu also got the kill onto this Earth Spirit. Yule's now tossing this puck into the air. Hayes, can he get away from this? There's no quick catch just yet. Kaori's already committed the Blink Dagger, so Hayes is okay. Same not going to be true for Malady. Oh no, no. He goes after CP is out. He's fine. Yet again, Cascade Esports find themselves something really good. Draw Ranger. Gust into the trees. You know, how did they know the Jug was there though? Did they have psionic traps down there? That's the only thing I can imagine would help them out with the vision. Yo, that TP was forever from 7 Jesu. They want to try hunt down Destroyed. Oh, they saw his courier. They know he's here. They know he's here. He's dead. BKB, can he TP out? Oof. Very nice heads up play there. Waits until the hook and the dismember before activating the TP. I feel like they could have actually killed him if Pudge had just waited. We see them move other side of the map with the smoke. They are looking for the big fight now. TA2000 gonna be trying to close the gap. They got the Omni Slash as well as this nice ultimate from the puck. The Dream Coil helps to get them that kill. Kidaro, woo! Kidaro's gone. Kidaro's gone. That's a lot of damage. 7 Jesu trying to run away. This time around they do have buyback on Shisui as well as on everybody else except for the Bloodseeker and Pudge. So they can defend this on the high ground. Bottom lane. Ooh. TA2000. Getting himself away from the fight that might have been breaking out in the bottom lane. Will spin for win. Get himself to safety. He doesn't have buyback either. He doesn't have buyback either. So he needs to farm this back up. 7 Jesu has the Daedalus. 36 minutes in. Considering when they lost this tier 3 tower, they've done a fantastic job of holding the game on the side of Cascade Esports. Who I am official? Go ahead, make the Reddit post. All I demand and all I ask is if you're going to be in this chat, please chat in English. If you are a Russian speaker and you're in the chat, regrettably, I'll ask that don't chat on this one. Because we need moderating. So make all the posts you want, Who I am official. Unfortunately, you're the one contravening the rules. Arrow. Nice roll here in the bottom portion of the map. It's an 11k gold lead at the moment for the side of V Gaming, and they are still keeping this going for Cascade. Look at how much it's just plateauing. It keeps going up and down a little bit. But the sad thing, and the thing that they have to be concerned about, is TA2000 is eventually going to get to that point where he completely plateaus. And then there is still potential for a comeback on the side of Cascade Esports. They're smoked up right now, Cascade. Will they be able to find a jump? Miro looking for Aghanim Scepter. Okay, once the double charge of the Rupture. It's actually quite strong in this game. Rupture onto Haze. He doesn't have Lincoln Spheres. So you can Rupture him and you can Rupture either Destroyed or yet again Rupture TA2000 because nothing you can do. No Lincoln Spheres for either of them. Other side of the map. Ooh, nice job, Pudge. Getting caught by the V Gaming gang. He gets brought down. They should use the time to take back the outpost because Roshan is going to be coming back not too long from now. Only have 45 seconds until he's online. Yo, take the outpost, y'all. You don't want to get TP'd onto. If you can take the outpost and control this area. There we go. They're going to try for it. Buyback is going to be there from the Pudge. Shisui gets silenced up. They want to look for that fight. Hayes able to find the Dream Coil onto 7 Jesu with the spin of TA2000. Do they have the damage? Kidaru finding the Dismember out onto the Juggernaut. Manchester will get rid of the Gust, but the damage from 7 Jesu is way too high right now. They've already lost the Juggernaut. Morty's kisses flying through. But with the help of Shisui, they've been able to clean him up. Zhao does die though. Hayes got to jump onto the backside of the fight to find that kill. Now buyback from the Drow Ranger. They want to come back into this one. Hayes gets hexed up. Hayes gonna get caught. And Hayes will die to the right clicks of 7 Jesu. They're also looking for Milady. And they're not going to be able to find Melody. Roche is also now online. Okay. Okay. It's Roshan time, baby. Cascade Esports are going to get themselves an Aegis, a Cheese, and an Aghanim's Blessing. Buyback is not really available for this Juggernaut. Puck can, but you don't want to come back into this fight just with that. Okay, so Shisui gets a free Aghanims. That means that now you can just move around the map very, very easily. Effectively free TP boots, feels good. Aegis sitting on Drow, she's not going to die anymore. She can just sit there and dish out a bajillion damage in the fight, feels good. And 7 Jesu. Butterfly gonna get picked up now. We are firmly in this territory where Drow Ranger is uber dangerous. She can still die in these engagements as we saw demonstrated by the last fight. But now the barrier to killing her has raised. We also don't have an Aghanim Scepter for TA2000, so only really relying on the Omni Slash and the Blade Fury. The thing with not having Swift Slash available, it kind of gimps you as Juggernaut. Because there's a lot of these fights where it's like, you only need a little bit more damage, but you don't want to have to commit a full Omni Slash. Or if you already have committed Omni Slash, then you can't just like commit Blade Fury to try and get the kill, because then you have nothing left for the retreat. "41 minutes into the game. New neutral items are now a possibility. We have now a Stormcrafter for this Pudge. That's nice. Drow has Illusionist Cape. TA has the Enchanted Quiver. I like... Oh man, Shadow Shaman, marry me. Kaori needs to marry me, honestly. I love what Kaori's been doing today. And playing Shadow Shaman and recognizing, dude, I'm just gonna stick with this Philosopher's Stone. Let's see what neutrals are there. It's like, I don't need this mess. I don't need a Pentasword or a Minotaur Horn or Spider Legs or Vambrace. Fine, give me that gold. Give me them items. Smoke again from Cascade. Moving on the map. They do not have any vision of where their opponents are right now, but they still do have the Aegis Cheese. Melody's in a good position to break the smoke, and he's going to be able to do so. Doesn't have blink, but will be able to snap fire cookie to the low ground. Everything's a-okay. Still a gold deficit for the side of Cascade Esports, but man, look how farmed this Shisui TA is. A lot of this gold is dead at the moment, so the difference between himself and the Juggernaut is literally zero, because this gold is not doing anything. He needs to turn this into the sheepstick now. They're gonna go bottom though. Hayes might be in a bit of trouble. There are several heroes surrounding the park. Can they get the Geo Grip? That's the big thing. Rolling Boulder will help. Well, they're gonna run and try and escape here. Hayes, oof, doesn't get hooked. All right, without the hook being available, Hayes is fine. It's all good. Destroyed also gonna TP out to safety. Also, Shisui ended up getting the bonus refraction instances at level 25. Kidaro found arrow. Okay, this is gonna be some free gold for somebody here. Spirit, no chance that he escapes this. Blood right, not even needed. Kidaro's the one that just gets that kill. Man, this kill, it's not gonna mean much for V Gaming, but for Cascade, for me, when you get to this late game stage, right, and when you've been the team that's playing from behind for most of the game, it's less about just being able to directly kill all the opposing heroes. It's also more about making sure that you stay mentally in a winning mentality. And it helps to be able to catch those heroes in the trees, turn things to get the tier 2 tower. It's not going to mean that much, like I mentioned, and top lane is being threatened by the Super Treants. Destroyed, of course, went for the Aghanim shot. So, these Treants, fortunately, it's the melee racks now, so they can't just like backdoor protection through this. Alright, chat, I'm getting annoyed now, so I'm going to make one more rule, and this is the last rule. From now on, if you speak Russian in chat, it's not a timeout, it's a ban. Permanent ban, forever. So, yeah, that's your last warning. Any other Russian that I see in chat is going to get banned forever. With no appeal, no nothing. TA 2000, Mjolnir coming soon. Still does not have buyback. But Cascade, until they have buyback back on the draw ranger, they don't want to do anything dangerous right now. You don't have the Aegis anymore. There is still Cheese that's resting with the Templar Assassin at the moment. But my god. Cascade Esports. Look at the gold lead. It's even. Look at the experience lead. It's in Cascade's favor. Shisui will have enough gold. He can buy the first Hyperstone. And Drow, what does Drow want next? Perhaps Satanic might be a nice last item here for 7 Jesu. Templar Assassin has enough gold now for the Moonshot. Well, she doesn't, not with buyback. Man, her buyback is so expensive. How much is it? 3,000 gold. Are you kidding me? And unfortunately, she's carrying a lot of unreliable gold as well. We haven't taken a look at Miro for a while. I must say, has somewhat impressed. Has done what his teammates needed him to do. Laid out the correct blood rights. Find the correct target for the rupture. Sometimes when you're playing this offlane Bloodseeker, you don't need to do things spectacularly. You just need to do things competently. And that he definitely has been doing. Compare and contrast to Destroyed, who has found himself a little bit lacking of a role as the game has evolved. It's not that he doesn't still do damage, but it's not like a major threat anymore where, oh god, it's nature's prophet, we all gotta run away. It's like, oh, it's NP, it's cool, no problem. This game has the potential to go for another 20 minutes, y'all. Let me not lie. We're gonna be here for a while. Moonshot now gonna be up for Shisui. Has the gold for it. There we go. TA 2000 has almost got the gold for the full Mjolnir, as he also wants to farm up the buyback. Hayes looking to do the same thing with the Windwalker. Cascade, smoke up now. The next Rosh is available, so whoever's able to take the next Roshan fight, there's so many tools resting on the big man. He's got everything. The jump forward, Shisui will be able to find the Snapfire. Snapfire will buy back. Kidaru also about to die, also has to buy back. Now the damage from 7 Jesu onto the Earth Spirit. Earth Spirit dies, Earth Spirit buys back. Blood Drive drop down, but BKB is activated by everybody. There's going to be a Dream Coil on the 2. They're looking for the Templar Assassin. Shisui falling low. Shisui with the Magnetize. Both him and 7 Jesu are going to die. 7 Jesu gets a triple kill but loses his life in the process. As everybody came back in from the side of V Gaming, the buybacks were used and they secure the fight. The 2 supports, very helpful there. Sure, they end up losing Juggernaut, but look at the damage in this fight between Destroyed and the Jug. Destroyed, I was mentioning that he wasn't able to really stamp his authority on the previous fight, but this time around able to sit. Oh no, I'm just saying this, but Destroyed is gonna die now. Oh my god, he is still fighting, still alive. Kidaru, you'll stop, not dead just yet. Shisui trying to get away from this. Destroyed actually finds the kill onto him with the Satanic, and now they need to keep Shisui alive because he bought back here. Cannot afford to die. 7 Jesu also buys back, ports forward. The Draw Ranger at the very far forward of the fight. They get a couple of right clicks out onto Arrow. Arrow still alive, will still stay alive, but eventually does get brought down. Destroyed. Can he TP out in the trees? Yes, he can. 7 heroes have bought back in the last 2 minutes. As we crack 50 minutes here in game number 3. Elimination Dota at its finest. Nobody's been taken out just yet. And these fights are just getting ever more chaotic. However, the side of Cascade Esports have expended all their buybacks. They need this Rosh. It's an absolute requirement. Shisui, no mate. Don't look for Hayes. Hayes is baiting you. Hayes is wasting your time. But they get the sheep stick out. Do they have the damage for this? No, they do not. You need to go take the Rosh. Aegis, Cheese, Refresher. Alright, they give the Aghanim Scepter to the Bloodseeker. That way he doesn't have to buy it. Wait, who did they give it to? Who ate it? Where's the eggs? Okay, that's kind of weird. Did anybody see what happened to the Aghanim Scepter? Did somebody destroy it by mistake? Oh no, okay, Dra has it. Okay. So she now has the Splinter Shot. Picks up the Shadow Blade now. Silver Edge is a possibility for her, but this is more about being able to position correctly in the fight. Remember, final warning, all Russian chat in chat will get banned. If you're speaking in another language except English, you are banned forever. V destroyed. So now that all these buybacks have been expended, honestly, even though they have Aegis, they have Cheese, they've got all the stuff, they do not want to fight. The last thing they want is to fight. What they want is to use this Aegis as a way to buy time. They can now buy time for all their buybacks to get back off cooldown. And of course, V Gaming, they also expended a few buybacks of their own. But the big thing though is that they don't really want to fight into Aegis Cheese with Refresher. I also like that they... Oh, Bloodthorn. Late Bloodthorn for Shisui. Okay. Okay, TA. And also, you might as well spend the gold now. You don't have buyback for 4 minutes. And there's no way you can't farm back 2,000 gold in 4 minutes as a Templar Assassin. So just get the damn thing. I haven't seen a Bloodthorn on this hero in quite a while. But I suppose games haven't gone long enough for this to be the case. Look how high everyone's net worth is. That's how you know we're in late game Dota. Net worth doesn't matter. Also, everybody except for this Pudge has level 25 almost. Snapfire is going to be the last one to cross that particular line. Hayes wants Refresher. What does Drowned want? Destroyed want here? He wants a Chrysalis now. Into the Daedalus. I mean, does have the Satanic. We've seen how effective that can be in the fight already. But still, they don't want to actually fight anybody. Oh, TA is going to do it though. TA is going to be the first hero in the game to grab that level 30. Finish off everything that's been leveled up. We'll get the Meld Hit Bash eventually anyway. I love how careful they're being about this game. Even though they have the Aegis and everything, Kidaro's not even willing to walk forward to get this bounty rune. He hooks it to himself. Hell, TA doesn't even jump here to clear out Ancients despite being so close to 30. Very, very tense affair right now. 3 more minutes and then Cascade will have their buybacks available once more. 1 more minute and the Roche will fall. So V Gaming have to be aware of those timings. Somebody on the team has absolutely noted them. So now the question is, can they exploit it? Will we see a move coming in from them in the next 45 seconds? It doesn't have to be the next 45 seconds. It just has to be within the next 3 minutes. So the window's like, what, 2 minutes long? In its entirety. Once Aegis is down, they're on their side of the map. And they can fight. V Gaming. Looks like they might be stacking up for this because they still do have the smoke here from Malady. And of course, there's a Nature's Prophet as their offlane hero. So absolutely no concern or care about whether or not he can avail himself for the fight. He can always avail himself for the fight. Smoke up. They want to use these items to get the kill. And like I said, this 2 minute window is where it's at. 2 minutes before buybacks are online again. They don't have Aegis. They don't have cheese. Oh, they still do have the cheese on TA. She didn't have to pop it at any point. 7 Jesu, mates. Be careful about where you position. There we go. Aegis has now expired. Dude, 7 Jesu. Oh, he has a... Okay, it's cool. But there's a gem, though. Be careful. He doesn't have buyback. Will they save him? Will they save him? No, they won't. That's the game. GG. There, let's see what they can do, though. They're trying to fight Arrow. He's very far forward with this push. Juggernaut is right in the face of Kaori, but he's been shackled up. Juggernaut might die. He's able to spin. Try to stay alive for now. And he does manage to get to the trees. Let off a healing ward. And he stays alive. That's game over. That's GG. Bloodseeker will fall now as well. Yeah. And they don't have any creeps in the base, though. Oh my god, it's not GG. The game is gonna continue because of this. Like, they're trying to fight through the backdoor protection. They will be able to do so. Alright. Buyback from Pudge. There is gonna be the fortification. Can they hold for 50 seconds? If they can hold for 50 seconds, Drow will return. But I don't think they'll be able to do so. They just snap up onto Destroy it, but the rest of the team doesn't care. They're going for the base. GG, well played. Oof. 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 That was a very painful loss. A very painful loss there towards the end of the day. Ouch. 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 V Gaming have done it. They've taken the 2-1 victory. But I think Cascade threw the... Let me not say Cascade. 7 Jesu threw the game. That last movement he made, I have no idea what he was doing, honestly. Yeah, there's no way that move is safe in any context, in any game. You don't have a tier 3 middle. Y'all don't have a gem to deward that area.
You have the Shadow Blade, but you don't have any sentries around to make sure that they don't have other sentries, or even you don't have any wards to know if they're coming for you. You don't have the Force Staff with the Hurricane Pike to get yourself out of the danger of getting GG slashed. If he has Hurricane Pike like ready to go at that point, he only gets it like a second later, and at that point it's too late. He's like half his HP is gone. Ah, 7 Jesu, 7 Jesu, 7 Jesu. Ends up, unfortunately, losing the game. Losing the game, 7 Jesu. Honestly, it is that simple, because if they have some way to hold out that fight for another minute, or rather, if 7 Jesu doesn't make that move, right? 7 Jesu doesn't make that move, stays in the base, stays maybe even behind the Ancient if you have to. Even if they sacrifice a lane of Rax, if they get their buybacks online again for Cascade Esports, I actually do not know if this game is over right now. If they had buyback, we're still playing. There's no way that V Gaming would be able to just conclusively win out the fight and win the game if there were still additional lives, especially on 7 Jesu. Unfortunately, I'm so stressed. I'm so sad. I'm so sad. I am so sad for the mans. Well, Cascade Esports, Cascade Esports, Cascade Esports, give up the ghost. This is one of those games where I actually do feel a little bit bad for them. And it's because it's like one play, right? Firstly, you start the game with a small little issue of having a stand-in. One of your most comfortable players suddenly can't play for the third deciding game during the series. You have to switch things up from there. Then you have a great performance for having to hold. You have any idea how hard it is to hold that kind of game for as long as they did? And hold it successfully and make it look like there's actually a legitimate chance of a comeback? They did so well. They did so well. They took so many good fights as well. Their positioning was impeccable. I'm so sad. This game could have gone on for another 10 minutes, but unfortunately 7 Jesu moves in the unsafe position without buyback. And it's exactly what I was talking about there towards the end of the game. That there's a small window, a 2 to 3 minute window, where if they go now, they win the game. And you know what they did, V Gaming? They went now, and they won the game as a result. So that will be that. GG, well played. Cascade Esports, unfortunately, have been knocked out of the Positive Fire Games tournament. We will not be seeing any more offlane Vengeful Spirit from them. No more Shisui Shadow Fiend with the 7 Jetsu Faceless Void. Unfortunately, those will only be seen in their scrims, pubs, and maybe the next tournament, but not in this one. Now it is going to be, unfortunately for the side of V Gaming, they don't even get to rest. Imagine having come through that series, that amazing slobber knocker, and you have to dive right into another one because they need to play up against HF, but that's going to be happening in a different place on a different channel. We'll be moving over. I'll give you all the gas of what exactly to expect in a second. I think the thing for me, if I'm Cascade Esports and I want to sort of assess what happened in this game, I think the draft was okay. I don't think that they went badly. There were some mid-game team fights where honestly just felt like they chased too much. If they were a little bit more hesitant to move on the other side of the map sometimes, I do think they might have been able to garner more success. And we started seeing that when they showed that hesitation, when they showed that they can slow down the pace of the game somewhat to allow themselves the opportunity to get better fights, that's when things started to turn out really well for them. But unfortunately, they only started doing that a bit too late into the game. The momentum for V Gaming had already started rolling, and now it's over. Now it's over. But congratulations to V Gaming. So we still get to see TA2000 in the crew. Well, let me not say TA2000. The real hard carry of that team is Hayes. Hayes, yo, especially game 2, monster performance on that puck. Looked very good on the puck in this game, and I imagine whatever team is going to play against them next should look towards banning out the puck as well. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be it from me for the day. Those are the 2 BO3s I'm going to be doing for now. We're not done just yet though, so make sure, don't go anywhere, because Dota is still going to be continuing on the channel. But now it's time to say goodbye. I'm kidding. It's been an awesome day. Thank you all so much for pulling through. There were a lot of you who were new. That was awesome. A lot of Russian viewers today. Look. Come on, y'all. Come on. Don't be...
as Dota players and as people in the community and as gamers in general, we get a bad rap for being aggressively missing the point, being aggressively trolly, not just getting along with people. You know, don't be that person. There's certain rules here. If we ask you to abide by the rules, do the right thing. Besides that, I think that you all should abide by the final rule that you have to co-sign before entering the chat of being kind to each other and one another. A lot of unkind things were said today, so let's fix that up before we move over to the next matches. So HF now have an opponent, and the lobby is obviously going to be a bit delayed because of how late this game ended, so give it about 15 minutes, but the Dota will definitely be continuing. So stick around and I'll make sure that to get you right where the Dota is happening. And with that, from me, I'm signing out. Thank you so much for being here today. And for the final time, if you haven't already, make sure that you are following the channel. Make sure that you are subscribed as well. A lot of you in chat with those big Amazon Prime insignias next to your names. You know, consider a subscription to your boy. Hit the big purple button in order to become a subscriber. Help support the stream as well as access some of the bonus content. If you don't want to do that through Twitch, you don't want to be on Jeff Bezos' radar, it's all good. I get it. There's a big yellow button which allows you to do that through PayPal instead. Or if you prefer to do this just on an easy monthly basis, you can just sign up for the Patreon also underneath the description of the stream. Thank you all so much for coming through. Well, closing out this series, next up will be V Gaming versus HF. Positive Fire Games continues. But make sure that you stick around so that you do not miss a single second of the upcoming incredible Dota 2 action.